Hello.
Hey, how's it going? Can't see you now.
Starting video.
Okay.
Let's switch on some lights.
Yeah, you're running off daylight there at 9:30.
Yeah, I'm running out of daylight.
Yeah, it's
Start the
probably still bright out there, is it?
It's still bright, but it's clouding up a bit,
Yeah,
This
same
time
here.
yesterday it was bright. So, what's happening?
Oh, I was doing external accreditation on an exam of a new program done in Dundalk IT today, but online via Zoom. There's a new master's in music composition for movies, that kind of thing.
What
It
happened?
was kind of outside my comfort zone, but anyway.
A new master, say that again.
They have a new master's program in musical composition for movies, something like that. I even forget what it's called. Yeah. Yeah, there's some other actual.
How did you end up on that?
Yeah, Kieran Lynch asked me to do it.
Who?
Kieran Lynch. Kieran.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, and there's a few other guys at it, and they're more expert than me. They were a composer, and the other guy was once he's a researcher and once a professor in music and movies, so he was good. But anyway, I winged it anyway, so it was a busy day. There's Michael now. I asked. There's Michael.
Is it? All right.
Yeah. Hopefully
that was more interesting than me all day in Gallagher's bakery, sweltering in the heat inside, the sun splitting the rocks outside.
Oh, why? It was a nice day today. Well, that's great. That's now your vaccine. You can go what you want. And I can register for vaccine from Thursday, I think.
Good.
Did you see that? I was in the news there today.
Anne got hers yesterday, so she's okay now as well.
She must be over 50 then. So 40 to 49 kicks in, I think from tomorrow, but I think it's only people with conditions tomorrow. And then from Thursday, people can register for 49-year-olds. I think I can register on Friday, which is 48-year-olds. Yeah.
Okay, great.
There's Michael as well. Oh, can't hear you. Don't worry, we'll figure it out, Michael. Let me see what's going on with it. Oh, it's connected to audio. It's there.
I can hear you now.
Very good.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes.
We can. Are you charged up, Michael? Are you?
Right.
Oh, he's gone. Oh no, you're there. Are you charged up?
Can you what?
Are you charged up? The iPad?
Oh yeah. Yeah, 73%.
All right. Actually, you're flying.
That should keep for a while, yeah.
Yeah, I can unplug mine for a minute. I'm at 100%, but it runs down fast. Yeah. We're just saying there. I think I'm able to get vaccinated from Friday, or I can register for vaccination on Friday.
Gosh, good. That's young.
Well, I'm 48. I don't know. Yeah, it's getting there.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm not off the bad days. Well, I must have been vaccinated 4 or maybe 6 weeks ago, I would say. Both.
You're sorted.
We can all party if there was anywhere to party.
Yes. Provided that the others are vaccinated too.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
That's the problem, yeah.
Well, how are things with you, Michael? Is life busy? Is it
good? Yeah. We're no big. Sometimes the days aren't long enough to get all I want to do done.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? But we were. I was saying to Dad there, we might be able to see this thing of what we're do. Oh, sorry, I must say what we're going to do now, Michael. We're not going to do any family tree stuff as such. We're just going to go for a drive down Derryloughan.
Derryloughan,
and trying to recover who lived where. Because I think Dad was saying Mary B was trying to remember that. Was it? Is that what you're saying, Dad?
Huh?
Were you saying that Mary B was interested in?
Oh, I'm in a who and that, she wanted to know who lived in where was Manny Wanasnora and the Wheelock Ban and people like that,
Oh yeah. Oh, I know them, yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mary would have been too young, would she, before she moves to Strabay? Is that why she can't remember them, or?
Oh
she
God,
would've-
no, she would have been walking up and down the Derrryloughan school, you know, in those years too. She moved to Strabay. She would have been 10 years of age, I suppose.
That's pretty young though, to be fair.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I suppose it is now, come to think
I
of
wouldn't
it.
remember much.
Tomas, did you get the photograph of the lone deer, did you, yesterday?
I did indeed. I'll show Michael now if you want it. I think you can bring WhatsApp up my
See
phone.
if Michael can recognize where he was.
Oh, you will. Sure, even I recognized where you were. But here,
Oh,
let me.
okay.
No, here. What Katrina and them doing? Oh, here's a phone. How do I share it? How do I make this big? Yeah, this makes it big. Here, let me just do this. There we go. And now how do I? Jeez, there's always something with these jokes. Share screen. Why do I want to do this now? There we go.
No, that's going. That's yeah.
It's not
You
far
were
from
at-
your house, Michael.
No, that's yeah. You know, before you come to Patrick Boyle's, not stretch. Yeah,
No,
that's Gownhead behind it. Yeah.
yeah, but that's not Patrick Wiles.
Oh, you were coming up from Jim Crabshe's. That's the bogs. I see the bogs behind you there now. Yeah,
Big Holla.
that's right. Yeah, that's the big holly. Yeah.
Big Holla is what, the hell? Or
No, the big hollow was just where the road was. You know
it's a dip in the road, is it?
yeah, the dip in the road.
Good.
Yeah,
Do you have a lot of deer around you, Michael? Do you?
Not as many as well. Some years ago now there was a lot more.
They moved
I
into
haven't
me.
seen. I mean, 5-6 years ago in the evenings to be down at the roadside below the house, on the other side of the road. Six, 5s and 6 and 7s. There was 13 in Jerry's field one morning. You know, numbers like that. I haven't seen that in a long time.
The wheat buggers have moved into me, I think. They're eating Auntie Mary's apple trees.
Oh yeah.
So
I give her discs to hang up.
She has them all hung up, yeah.
what do the discs do? Are they like CDs and they distract them?
Yeah.
See if there's any wind, you know, they'll rotate and they'll reflect starlight, moonlight, sunlight, and the flashes are supposed to
probably
brighten the ear.
yeah. And it distracts them, or it must look unusual to them. Yeah, all right, that's a good one. And where do they hang out during the day? They up Glen McKenniff, is it?
Oh, into the forest, any convenient forestry.
By the way, Michael, I went on down to a classy yesterday, but the road is fenced all the way from the head of the line, practically, all the way down to Donaldson's.
Yeah, John was telling me that too. Yeah.
Who owns that, or?
Well, I thought that was down Antonius. And remember there was bogs. There was the land commission had the bogs taken. And
maybe somebody bought back the land commission bogs.
Yeah, it's possible, yeah.
What do you mean the land commission bogs?
But it was a man Fury from up the Glen that fenced it, but then see people would hire him to fence it anyway.
Yeah, that's what he does. Yeah.
Or just we're on the road now, lads. Huh? Yeah, well, what he's talking about? Are you saying they've fenced up here?
Yeah, which way are you going?
No, there's.
Up there, yeah. Yes, go up the big collar. Go on up there.
Yeah, I want to get rid of these wee graphics. Yeah, I want to see where you saw that deer. It must have been over here somewhere.
Carry on up and I'll show you.
Here, just as you're going, and Michael, you might know too. There's a good project on in Glen. Dermot Diamond and a few locals around Teelan are doing it. They're trying to capture a lot of the local names for every kind of very localized feature in a field or in a road, like the way you call this place the Holla.
Every rock had a name, yeah.
Exactly, and they're trying to capture them now in a really nice project down in Glen on that end, and it'd be great to do something similar. And we're not going to do it in this trip, but just as we're going, if there's any names, let me know. So you were saying there, where was that Holla place? It's way down here, is it?
Come on
You
past
haven't come
this
to
way.
it.
Uh,
You better go a bit yet.
Wait, they were bogs at some point. Who used
Yeah,
them?
all the way, sure, yeah.
Everybody in Glantis had bogs out there nearly, you know.
Was it? Well, why wouldn't they? All right, I suppose, yeah, this would be non-commercial bogs, if you know what I mean. Where did you take a photograph of that deer, Dad? Was it up? Was it on the main Fintown Road or?
Further
No,
up.
on that road. Come on.
I was
keep
on
going.
this road, yeah.
Yeah, you're going into the big hollow now. And on the left is the Altmore.
All right, yeah, you were showing me the Altmore the other day. It wasn't very obvious
Yeah.
from this. It was up there
No, it's not
somewhere.
there
isn't it?
yet. Yeah, no, you have to go further up.
Wouldn't be a wide, clear day there when Street View is down.
Look left, look right now, and you may see for that deer was.
All right, there's a wee road there, look. On the road, somebody
Further, just
pull
a
in.
bit further up. Just a
Oh,
bit.
further up. That's for James McHugh's bogs.
Yeah,
That's James
that's
Hughes
right.
bogs, right?
One,
Yeah,
that's straight. Go around the bend, wee bend there.
but is that the
That's
height?
the Altmore on there.
No, it's not. No, it's up for the trees are right. Trees are set. What's the Altmore?
Where now? All right, we'll go up on a.
Yeah, you go on ahead up a good bit now.
It's a wet-looking day there, isn't it?
There's a bridge there.
Oh, was there a name of that bridge now? So it's just a bridge. Huh?
No,
If you look right now, you should see the. Yeah, it was up there somewhere.
That was a good photo you took, Dad. Was the deer near to you, or was there a zoom? Or how did you-
It was, see that where you have the arrow? It was about in there somewhere, you know.
Oh, I suppose the Street View camera is a bit funny perspective. And what do
you were
got that
further
man-
up actually. No, the bogs, the bogs were behind the deer, so you were further
Are
up.
they? Oh, I may be
You
further
were
up. Yeah.
you were starting to go up the hill there. You see,
There's a
see those
bog
bogs.
there.
Yeah. So yeah, he was up a little bit. Maybe have a look to the right
Around
now.
there, yeah.
There's bogs.
Yeah, yeah, about there somewhere, maybe further up even. Yeah.
Where's your land, Michael? Where's your trees?
Well, look to the left.
It's hard to see.
No, you had to go up further
there.
yet.
All right.
Yeah, I would see.
See the trees there now to the left?
Oh, up there, is it?
Yeah.
Turn
Oh, is
left
that a
again.
line- is that a line of trees on top there? I can't quite see.
Yeah, turn left again. Go further left.
Yeah. If we look over there.
Gosh.
Who owns these
Maybe
bogs?
that-
Oh, look, there's a wee, somebody comes in here to cut turf. Who's that?
Yeah.
Who'd be in there, Michael?
Oh, it could have been anybody, you know.
All right, anybody? Is this all
yeah,
communal
Can't
bog? or-
remember now. Some of the, probably the Glantis people, you know, some of the Glantis folk.
You know what? I think Eamon Boner. I think the Boners had a bog there. Have I remember right?
Quite possible.
That's quite possible indeed, yeah.
Let's ask Eamon again.
Anyhow, if you look to the left, the Altmore is up there. That's the trees up there, isn't it?
Is that trees?
No, that's Jim Crouch's trees.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is that trees there? Like there's trees.
Yeah, well, that's the Altmore actually. Yeah, it is.
That
No,
there.
just no. Just for your out. Now there was a valley going all the way to the top of the hill there. That was the Altmore. That's trees there too, isn't it? It is, yeah.
Yeah, trees. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the Altmore.
Ah,
Okay.
very good. So there's a valley up there, is there?
Yeah, it doesn't look much there now, but if you're up beside it, it's quite a drop, you know.
Just a quick look here. Where are we now? Geez, look at that was a summer's day there. I mean, it's pretty well. Not a summer's day. I don't know.
There's the trees, yeah.
There's your man. What do you call your man's trees? There's your trees,
yeah.
is it?
That's my trees there.
And this is the valley, is it, John? About?
No, but come back down. See for that stream is.
Aye, there. Look, there's a cliff there. Look.
Yeah, well, there's the Alt now. Going just a little bit around the corner. That stream comes out of the Altmore.
Ah, look. Right, there's something coming down here. Is that it? Is that what you're saying?
No. That's the.
Or there, is it?
You're just there now for your thing. is,
Yeah.
That's
There's
the
something.
Altmore.
There's two streams coming down there. Is there? Is there two wee valleys?
They're only small little drains, I suppose, between the trees.
Oh, right. And
That's the Alt.
Altmore.
aye, look, it comes down here. You can see it coming down with the mountain there. No?
Yeah.
Geez, that's a good photograph, isn't it? I think it's good. Jeez, look up here. And there's the lake. Like the crew here.
Loch na Crúige.
Yeah, Loch na Crúige, yeah. It's not far up. Well, supposed to be it'd be good enough for a walk if you had to do
No,
it.
it isn't. Fair wee walk indeed.
Yeah. You see all the bogs cut there? Huh?
Yeah.
They're very
Right,
deep
one
bogs.
That's
straight.
for,
All
that's,
right,
for the,
anyway.
that's for the deer was behind those
Yeah,
bogs
that's
there.
right in there. Yeah, yeah.
Right, now, very good.
Straight on.
There's a wee stream in there, is there? I think
There is indeed, yeah. And there's one on the left along the roadside there too.
Ah, you can see there's a, yeah. I thought it was a drain, but yeah, it must be.
Nice wee stream, yeah, yeah. Yeah, actually, you get trout in that stream, you know.
What?
Yeah, mine and neighbour used to fish trout in that stream further down.
Right.
You're
Yeah.
kidding.
Yeah,
Jeez.
it never really ran dry, you know.
Jesus, that's mad. Suppose the wee mountain brown trout, or whatever you call them.
Oh yeah, small brown trout, of course,
Yeah.
yeah. I
So,
mean, a 6-inch length would have been a big trout for that stream.
yeah.
That's Jim Crabshe's coming up there now on the left.
Yeah, it's a tragedy. Yeah, okay. And the old ubiquitous digger man.
Yeah.
Decent enough for you.
There's always a digger man about.
Yeah. Now, so the other day, myself and Dad went down to Classy. We could do it again later, but should we give Derryloughan a run, or what? Where do you want to go?
Derryloughan, aye, give Derryloughan a run till we see.
Hey, Michael, you would laugh. The last day as well, we went up to Derrryloughan,
Oh God.
and the Google Street car went all the way up to the end.
Well, no,
Almost the end.
Almost
Jimmy O'Donnell.
up to Jimmy O'Donnell's nearly, yeah.
I was pretty surprised. The road looked rough. Real rough. Anyway, no, do you remember we were speaking with some of these houses before? Like that one?
That was Charlie Bonner's house. It was called Charlie Bonner. It belongs to Patrick Bonner now, doesn't it?
That's right.
Yeah, it's all done up.
No, you
That was
wouldn't have
the
been up this road that often. Were you?
Cycle that road for going to Derryloughan School from Glenties for a year.
Oh,
Oh,
God,
aye, right. But yourself, Michael, and Mary, you'd be coming across the
Yeah.
fields, or if you call it. So you wouldn't have any local names for around here, would you?
No.
Hardly, because you wouldn't be passing it every day. What's the point in these wee bits of forestry? Do they get?
Shelter
Grant?
belt.
Shelter belts. I
Do you get a grant for it or something? No, nothing.
think you used to at one time.
Jeez, I think that's more hassle than it's worth.
Animals have went underneath them, you see, for shelter, you know, sheep in particular.
Yeah, but that's true. It good. It looks like yeah.
Now, see that rock? You just turn to the left. See that first left of that? That was that the big stone? No, it was further up.
Further up, it was up near the top of the hill. There used to be a big square stone.
That's right.
Everybody used to climb up to it on top of it when the school was closed for the summer.
That's right. And
Huh.
cheer.
And cheer, yeah.
It's just that obvious. Just has a big rock here too. Yeah, this
No,
is.
it was a
But this
nice
was the main
rock.
road down to the ferry, right?
Yeah. Now the big rock was broken up by what was it? Your man from Boyle, this tombstone man.
Yeah,
Oh, it's gone, is it?
he
Yeah.
was given strict instructions not to touch it. If Patrick Bonner saw it cut to pieces and gone, he chased him from the rest of the rocks.
Yeah.
That's where it falls there now. See, just see that. That's all that's left of it.
That?
Just in the left, yeah. There was a big square stone, yeah. And all the Strabee ones used to climb up on top of that and when they got the summer holidays and cheer.
Ah, geez. I don't know what, I mean, it's not as if we're short of stones in Donegal. Why do you?
But it was a big, massive square thing, you know, and it was ideal for making headstones and tombstones out of it.
Jesus. Big enough job though, cutting that up. How do you do that?
Yeah.
Anyway,
They have the ways and the means.
yeah, so that's the job. Anything else around here? It's pretty. I don't think there was ever much around here. Are we right in saying that nobody really lived around here?
No,
It's pretty
no. Going
tough
down
enough
to
going up there, isn't it?
the first house you'll meet will be Manny and Levy's on the left.
Yeah, I'm just going to brighten up my screen. It's such. That's way better. Geez, my screen was set really low brightness. I was wondering how you were able to see everything. I couldn't see.
It was grand. It was finer here.
No, I know it was just my local setting wasn't very bright. It looks a far better day now. Jeez, I thought it was a really grim winter's day. Right.
Bright sunshine there.
Aye. Geez, it's tough land, isn't it? What would you do with that? Just sheep, if you're lucky.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Tough sheep.
It's only good for forestry to be
Or wind turbines.
Oh, yeah, well, fair enough. There's a bit of green here now. I wonder was there a wee house here?
No, there was nothing as you go down to Mandan Davies.
Yeah.
Where's that electricity
left.
going?
It's coming up from the left.
Oh, aye. Right. You can see you're hitting, let's call it civilization here.
Yeah. And the first lane on the left,
All right.
coming up to it.
Yeah. We'll have a wee look. There it is. That's a decent house.
That was the schoolmaster's house.
I was going to say, you can see it's a quality enough house, isn't it?
Yeah. That was it the Manus Ward that lived there originally?
It was, yeah.
And the Dunleavys married into it.
That's right.
Yeah.
Go on, say that again. Manus Ward, when was that, do you reckon?
That must have been about the turn of the century, I would say.
1914, 1920, maybe.
Oh, right. That's when it was Ward, was it? And when did Dunleavy marry in?
Well, when was Dunleavy was the schoolmaster at the time my grandfather was living.
And my father, yeah.
My father, yeah.
Oh God, he was there up until, I suppose,
Was
the 1940s.
Up to Mrs. Boyle's time, was he?
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So there it is there.
That's there, yeah.
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
What's this here? Is that a road up there?
No, that's straight line. That's the joint in the map.
What? Yeah, it does make sense as a joint map, but that's a bit weird, isn't it? Let me just fact check that. There's a real old map. Hang on, let me get a better map. Nah, we'll do on this one. 25 inches are always good. Look, it's missing that. You've got to be kidding me. Ah, jeez. See, that's the best one there, but we'll switch back that one in a minute.
I think there's only a 6-inch to the mile map available for that down there, and that's
See, there's no school there in this one.
Well, that's prior to 1872. The school was built in 1872.
I do what I want to just check. Was that schoolmaster's house there? Yeah, that was there. See, there was a house there before the school was there.
Yeah.
You're right. You know what, Michael? I think you're right about that joint or whatever. Just anyway,
Yeah.
old house. And who lives there now?
Miller.
Yeah, Brooks and Millers.
Or do they live there? I like it.
No, I don't think so.
No, I
They live
think
in the old schoolhouse.
What do you mean?
Maura Miller lives in the schoolhouse. The school is just next on the right.
But so no, is it nobody living there now? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think anybody lives there now.
no.
See, that'd be a decent enough house, wouldn't it? I hope it's
But you
not
see,
going to
a couple of the Millers died, didn't they?
Yeah.
Now, the first road on the left there is Klingart Road.
Is that the road to Klingart? I keep forgetting. Should we walk that from Keybara Bridge? That's quite a walk. Geez, the road's not looking great. Is that okay now, is it? And look, it's just changed season. Have you been up there recently?
The first house on the right was Davy Ward's house.
Up the Klingart Road?
On the Klingart Road, yeah. It's not too far up.
Hang on,
I
can I
couldn't
go
see
too far?
anything
No, that's the school. We'll come back here in a minute.
It's good, yeah.
This is a nice winter's day. Go up here. What's going on there? Is there a wee trail in there? Aye, there's something here though. There.
That's Davy Ward's, yeah.
That's Davy Ward's house. Yep, that's it. Davy
And-
Ward and Kate Connie. Davy Ward was married to Kate Connie, and they had 4 of a family. They had Davy, Packy, and Teresa, was it, and Catherine.
That's exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And who lived in the mobile home?
Davy lived in it for a while. Young Davy. No, the young
See, the house went into
ruin.
ruin.
I think I remember young Davy. Was he a bit overweight and had longish hair?
Was he what?
Young Davy, well, when did he?
He used to be in my mother's. He used to be sitting smoking.
He was in some nursing home or some care home. That's when he died.
Yeah.
When did he die?
About maybe 12, 13 years ago.
At least, I'd say. You know.
Maybe more.
Yeah.
No, maybe I don't know him. I do. Was he living? I think I remember as a kid when you used to drive up Derrylowhan, you'd see him on the road. Would that be right or not?
Could be.
Like he lived here then, right?
He lived in the Demountable.
Aye.
Yeah.
So did he have a car? I mean, what did he? Did he just wander
God.
around?
No, he had a bicycle.
Bicycle. You see, I think.
No, if you did see anybody on the road, it probably was him. There was nobody else in Derrylowhan at the time.
Jeez, that's tough going, wasn't it? Tough
So only
going.
had that the Davy Ward house. Yeah.
Yeah, let me just. I think we'll let's see. So look at that. There wasn't even a road. Oh no, is that the road to Klingort there? No, there was no road.
There's a kind of a white.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Yeah, there
Trail.
it is. There we go. There, you're right.
Yeah.
There it is. There, and there's Davy Ward's house. Oh, no, there was a house in there in the or
That's his
something.
jet.
That was a buyer. That was a buyer.
Buyer, yeah.
There's something going on there. All right.
Colin Ward's house.
Who?
That was Colin Ward's house.
Here.
Coleman brother Sylvester.
That's right.
Right. Sure, we'll go on that. They're right. There's a wee bit of a story. And let me just have a quick look up the road. No, nobody lived. Lost.
No, nothing until you go over now to Klingort.
Yeah. Then you're up here. Yeah. What's that? The Shrew and Annie? No, the Shrew.
Through Annie, yeah.
Anyway, interesting. So Klingort, people, there's kind of a watershed up here would be. Anybody up here were more Gibara oriented,
Yeah,
right?
that's right.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't see much of them.
And coming back that hill that you come over before you coming back from Klingort to Derrylowhan was called the Mully Jerrig.
Mully
Mully Jerrig.
Yeah.
Where I'm just going to come back down. Where are you saying that was? The roof and that.
Leaving Klingort, coming back towards Derrylowhan. I was way back behind you. You're well past them.
Oh, I know what you.
There was the high ground, the highest point.
Well, just have a
Way
wee
up
spin
there,
up.
Yeah.
Look at that. There's frost there in the grass. See that?
Yeah.
Oh, hey,
Yeah.
there's the other road into. What did you call them again?
Colin Ward's.
Aye, let me just have a quick wee
The
look.
back
there.
road, yeah.
Oh, look, you can go down it.
Well, you can, yeah.
Look at this.
Where's this?
This is down by Colin Ward's.
Oh,
can
I
actually go down
can.
there.
Yeah, of course you can.
Yeah, but Google Streetcar went down there, Street View. It's hard to
Yeah.
believe.
Past the school.
I look at actually the shadows.
Where
I
did it
must
pass
have-
the
Do you know
school?
what? Over there, it's the equivalent of the Mars rover trundling around, isn't it? Look, is that the remains or
That's
something?
Colin's house.
That
Forest
can't be
Hill North.
Colin's house. No. Go
Forest
back
Hill
into a map.
Right, okay. Well,
Let's see where we are.
what we've just done there is let me just get you back where we are. We're way down here again. Sorry about that. There's this wee road. It looks to be this road here.
That's right.
There doesn't seem to be anything on the left-hand side though.
Wait a minute. Where are we?
No,
I think we went up the hill past Davy Ward's, or whatever you call him.
And
we
you're
saw-
going to Klingort.
Yeah, and we saw a road into the right. I assume it's this one, unless it's that one. Oh, no, I don't know what that is. I thought that was a road. Look, anyway.
no.
we,
See that?
Yeah.
That
that looks
strange.
to
I
be,
thought the house was there.
well,
'Cause
that-
I drove down that road a few times myself.
Dad, do you know what road we've just done there? Or do you want me to
No.
drive? All right, here, let me drive back up. So, you know, I can see I'm driving. But anyway, what happened is there, we were on the Klingart Road, right?
Mhm.
And let me just show you where we are now. Davy Ward's is down here.
Mhm.
Just let me just get you grounded again here. Let's go in the right way. Yeah, there he is, right? There's his house, right?
Yeah.
So there's Derrylaughn down there. We just came up here and we just happened to see that you could swing in a right, which was surprising. Up here, see? Let's speed up a bit. There it is, see? And you know, we could have gone over to Klingart, but we actually, for some reason, were able to
That
go
must
down
be a
here.
forest road.
No, I
There's a
didn't.
forest
No,
road
on
now.
the map. On the map, it's this road probably. Look, there's a road down to Colmwards from here, see?
Didn't know that.
Well, that's what I. Well, here, listen. Do you know how we'll find out? Here's an area map from 1995. Nah, can't see. That's not a good enough one. Let me just then bring it up a bit. Oh, geez, I think you might be right, Dan. I think it's doesn't seem to be existing in that photograph. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Could be a forestry road.
I think you might be right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Unless that's
and
the
those,
road.
and those parallel lines are not. That's not a road.
No, don't think so.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what you do. Go back to the school.
All right, no, we will. Hang on now. Let me have a wee. Just humor me 1 minute. Nah, that's all right. You're right. You know, I'm
Oh,
gonna.
I see Johnny Griffin's shed there.
Yeah.
Oh,
See
up
that shed? Yeah.
that one.
Yeah, that's Johnny Griffin's shed.
That's right.
Yeah, sheep shed.
Yeah, well, that's pretty new.
Oh, it's only a few years ago. Yeah.
All right. Well, listen. Do you know what? Let's just go down the end of this road when we're here, just for the crack.
Right.
So we passed some some
Well, if you're
stones.
past ruins, that could be Colmwards house, all right. But that should take you down onto the other road.
Aye, so that's exactly. So this could be a new road and it's blitzing through Colmwards house. Exactly.
Colmwards house, yeah.
Yeah. Just look at the frost. Fair play to the Google Street View car. Just pothered along anyway. Just, I'd say it's a forestry road, all right, isn't it?
Yeah. But that was the laneway up Column's house.
Aye,
you're on now.
that's exactly it. Look where we've gone back down. So that's that road. That's a new wee road then. Right, so I'll go back up to the school, right? Because I missed everything there. Yeah, there's the school.
There's the
See?
school now. Turn around, it's the school.
Yeah, there we are. So there's a bit of a seasonal change here.
Yeah.
So you cut across here. Was there a name for that wee bridge or anything? Is that wee stream?
No.
But that's the stream you're talking about, Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember, I'm not sure was it Johnny Griffin or Neely Griffin leaving the school for the last time and taking off his school bag as he came out the gate and throwing it into that stream.
God.
He didn't enjoy school, no.
He didn't enjoy school though.
That's funny.
So drive on past it.
They did a good job, good enough job of converting that, right?
That's from more.
Come here. Let's do a kind of a school comparison. When you were in school, I guess outdoor toilets out the back here, was it?
Yeah, out the back. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the same as Kilkenny. Was there a girls and boys yard?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the boys' yard you're looking at. The girls' yard was on the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, same as us. And there was did they knock down the toilets? Where was the toilets for the girls?
Yeah, they were around the back. See, they built an extension to it there on the left hand or right hand side there.
Oh, right. Yeah. Yeah, it was somewhere there.
That was the toilets at the back, yeah.
Yeah, it's classic. Right, that's probably just a shed at the front.
Yeah.
I didn't do a bad job of it. And you said the Millers live there now, is it?
Yeah.
Probably
So
the
you
most.
go on down, and the first lane on the left was up to Colmwards.
Aye, right. And then the house is ruined now, we're thinking. And
Yeah.
there's another wee stream here.
Yeah.
That's the same stream that came down past the school. It crossed the road there, you see, to the other side.
Ah, yeah, gotcha. It does, yeah. There's nothing over here.
So Colmwards was the first one on the left. And the next one was Michael Bloom's, wasn't it? Look at your.
Next one was
road map.
McAloon's.
So just just we look here. There's a stream that's going down that way. Yeah. Derryloughan. Derryloughan. What's this townland here called? Brack? No,
That's
sorry.
The Pullid, wasn't it you called that,
That's
Michael?
right. Yeah, the Pullid. Yeah.
Did you choose any of these names? The Gaffer Lecor?
No, we never
Gaffer
used those names.
Right, they're more right, there's Derryloughan. Right now.
Next lane then.
Alright,
Next lane.
it's been on, yeah. Sorry. It's a nice turning circle anyway for the forestry trucks.
Yeah.
That's a fine day right there.
That lane's a bit overgrown now, going up to McAloon's. It's
Where
hard to
now?
see.
Oh, it's down here, is it?
Yeah, somewhere there, but
Was it that bad? You reckon we won't see it?
The house should be still standing up there, Michael.
I think the house is still there, right? It's in the trees, yeah.
It's on the left, is it?
On the left, yeah.
On the left.
You think we'd see something? There's a wee stream there. Have we passed it? Do you think if we hit that stream?
I don't know.
No, I don't
Hang on,
think.
let me have a look at the map.
Aye.
Zoom in a
You've
wee
got two-
minute. Sorry. That's so there's Derryloughan School. We went by and you said there's a house. There's Column Wards. Ah, this is the house you're
Yeah.
talking about.
That's right, that's right.
Okay,
Yeah.
Who do you call that again?
Tommy-
McAloon's, they were the, what do you call it?
Was it-
Mick, it was Mick and Blake and Annie
Annie.
McAloon.
That's right.
And we used to walk down from the school in the morning with a tin bucket and get live coals from the fire from that house to light the fire in the school.
Oh, no way. That's really
Yeah.
good. Life calls.
That's right. That's right. I was often in it. Yeah, collecting the coals.
That is gas.
Yeah.
So they have the fire going all night, or they got up
there's
early
that
in the morning?
fire on all day, yeah.
So you can see even then when this map was done, that was only a track.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't drive up to it now. It wasn't that sort of a laneway, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mad. And sure, you wouldn't know there was anything there at all now. So you can't even retrace your steps. You can't even see it because the forestry was putting it all off, isn't it?
Yeah.
I wonder where was it? It's hard to tell, isn't it?
It's hard to tell.
I could figure it out if we really wanted. I could overlay the maps, but sure.
Yeah. Anyhow.
We twist the road. Anything around here? Who's over here? No, nothing.
The next house on you would meet would be Johnny Vicky's, I think, on the left.
Oh, would Mrs.
All right.
Boyles?
Was Johnny Vicky's not before Mrs. Boyle's on the right?
I don't think so.
Well, keep on going.
No, I think Mrs. Boyles was the next.
Was it? And she's on the left as you go down.
Miss Boyle is coming up now, you see.
That was the school teacher's house.
All right, that was that's a nice wee house.
Fully occupied by, what do you call him?
McGee.
McGee. Yeah.
Petey, is it Pete? No,
No, it's not Pete.
no, it's not. Not Frank. James, Pat.
Pat McGee.
Pat McGee, that's right.
Pat McGee, yeah.
He lives there now, does he?
Yeah. With various assorted girlfriends.
Yes.
All right, hang on there 1 minute till I just see this. Nah, give me a better photograph. Come on.
Yeah, you had it there.
That's probably the best one, is it?
Yeah.
So quick look, there's the school.
That's that thing.
Oh, no, there's the road we just came down.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Now we got it. So let me just keep that
Aye,
open.
but look, it's a different road. It's a different. You see, on the old map.
All right, I'll bring it up. Sorry, I'll bring up that old map.
You go down there and you turn left. On the old map, you were going down and you turned right.
Guys, look at this. This is
Right? See, it's different. That's a forestry road.
Yeah.
but here's one for you. Look at that. When I put on this map, you see that one? This is one 1837. Let me
Yeah.
show you. There's a house,
Yeah.
and it's right on the current road. Look. So remember you were saying, Michael, it looks like the house was demolished.
Yeah, yeah.
See it? The road's
Going
going right
right
through it. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But here's a funny one for you. So the road's going right through it, right? But if you go to this other map, this more modern map, right? No, not that one. This one. No, which one? This one. This Cassini. I know what year the Cassini is, right? And you bring it up. Now watch this.
The house is away.
Exactly. There's another house over here, and there's the old lane to it. See it? Watch. Keep an eye on that. See?
Oh, yeah.
And then where those wee buyers are, wherever they are, there where the other house was.
Hmm.
It's all a bit fun. Well, obviously things change, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's gas, isn't it?
That's a strange one, right?
Right. So the Column Ward or whatever is one of these houses. I think Column Ward's house is still there. It's that one. Or sorry, I don't know if it's still there, but it's there. And there's either buyers or some old house turned into buyers. It was here that got demolished by this forestry road.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then where you got your coals was just in here, look.
Yeah.
That house there.
That's right.
And if you can see, it's just past the forestry road. And if you want me to find you the trail, and sure, we're here now, we're going to do it. I'll find. We'll get the entrance to that house in 1 minute. When you see, because we know it's not. It's literally just in this field. It's somewhere there. It's just somewhere there or there or there. You know, it's very close. Look, it's really close. Sorry, let me zoom it in for you. It's literally half the distance of this turnaround up. If you know what I mean.
Yeah, yeah.
I would literally say it's there.
That looks like a track.
Might be. I think that was your way up there now, somewhere like that. You're that close anyway, and the house is somewhere in those trees. Well, whatever that.
Yeah, I would go with that. That would be something. Yeah, I think that's.
So yeah, because you didn't have to walk too far for the coals.
No.
Because I would say how did you keep them? You don't get a pan. How did you keep them without getting rained on or whatever?
They were in the bucket.
Yeah, was there a lid on the bucket or what?
No.
Right, well, you didn't walk too far anyway if you wanted to keep those coals lit.
Yeah.
No, and then I'm just saying this is the school
teacher's son, Mrs. Boyle's house.
But see that there's a house up behind hers before. See that?
Yeah.
Anybody remember that? No.
There was a house there called. Well, I thought Johnny Griffin said a house called Peggy's or something.
And look at that. There were some ruins of houses up there too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's one for you now. I can actually switch off that map and bring in this one. This is a really good map. Yeah, here we are. Sorry, I know it's getting confusing to look at. Let me just tidy it all up. There's.
Yeah.
This house is what I'm talking about. And this is where the house we're just looking at, Boyle's house is here. And there's some house up here. See that? And there's a well and all in it. Look at that.
Yeah.
And a lime kiln. That was a decent house. The wee path up by it there. So what you're just saying is on the road here, there's a house up, a ruin up there. See that flat area? See, that's where there's a house.
But there was nobody living there in our time.
No.
I probably could imagine. So she was, what do you call her? Was she from the area?
Gosh, I don't think she was.
No.
Right,
wasn't he from processor up there, the husband, Master Boyle? Or did he teach in process?
He wasn't from the area now at all.
A few sheds and things up there. Anyway, as I say, there's obviously some ruins of houses somewhere up there.
I think the next house down on the right was Johnny Vicky's.
Johnny Vicky's, yeah, on the right.
Past it? No, not here. Show me where are you? So I'm inside now. You see there's a house somewhere down there or what?
On the right hand side.
Oh, it's still standing, it is still standing.
Ah, yeah, it's down here.
Yeah.
Right, right, let me just see where this is. The wee bridge. Look, there's a wee bridge and all. That's wherever this house is over here. We should see it because there's a stream running along here. And there's there, I bet you it's there. Is there anything there? No, maybe not. Right, you can't really see for that.
Johnny Vicky, that's the guy that took the revolver from the Black and Tan and Glenties.
Was it?
This guy?
Ginger, that's Johnny Vicky's house there.
That's
Ginger,
it.
there was a Black and Tan and Glenties, and his favourite pastime was putting people on their knees and getting them to curse the Pope.
Yeah.
Curse the
Get
Pope.
out of here.
He had Paddy Green down one day, anyhow, curse the Pope. Green says, "Aye, you're damn right, that's what should be cursed. Curse the Pope. Aye, curse him, surely, he should be cursed. That's what you should do." And this went on for a long time until he got fed up and left him. But Johnny Vicky was a young, active young fella, and he happened to be in Glenties around the bridge area. I was talking to Johnny, Johnny told me this himself. I knew about it anyway. But Ginger came along with his revolver. The tussle got up. Geez, next thing, Johnny had the revolver and Ginger had to run up the street. Johnny had to hightail out of town then before reinforcements, but I think maybe the Tan might have been too embarrassed to report that he lost his
revolver.
And I forgot, I should have asked Johnny what became of the bloody gun, and I never thought to ask him that. He used to get a lift up to Glenties. James Boner, Ian McCrabb, she used to come up to bingo. And Johnny would get a lift up. Johnny went to the pub, James went to bingo. And then when bingo was over, he collected Johnny and took him back home again.
That's a nice read pattern.
Yeah.
So he lived on his own there towards the.
He did. Yeah, he was on his own. Yeah, Johnny Vicky. Johnny Vicky.
Michael, I remember the night of the wake. Was it Leo McAleenan or somebody said that Johnny had a son, and that they always wanted to be buried with the son, but they didn't know where the son was buried.
Right. God.
So
had he a wife?
Yeah, did he have a wife, Dad? Did he?
Johnny, what was his name? He was Boyle, was he?
I think he might have been Boyle. Johnny Vicky Og was all over heroin,
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure he was Boyle.
And was he the last person living in this house, or what?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
So when did he die? Do you think? What was his wake? Or you're talking about?
Well, it's 30 years ago, anyhow.
90s. Yeah, because you can see there aluminium windows there, isn't it? I think. Is it?
Well, I think the house belonged to some people from the north bought it, but they never really looked after it,
Ah, I see. Yeah.
And as far as I know, there's about a cartload of empty bottles at the gable of that house now on the left.
Oh,
the next house on the left was Oni Campbell's.
I mean, I want to see. I don't want to mess it up now. Where do we just came pie? Your man's. There's only, so it says it. Look at that! Look at all the wells. See, there's a wee cliff here.
Yeah.
There's wells all down from it.
Yeah.
Wait a minute now. It wasn't only Campbell, was it, Michael? It was the Campbells, all right. Remember, there was a whole cluster of the girls at school.
Oh, Niall Campbell.
Niall Campbell, that's it.
Yeah.
That's it there.
That's right. Remember, one of them married to Andy Higgity there. Kenny stayed there about 2 months ago.
That's Evelyn.
Evelyn, yeah.
And Neil Campbell was a fellow that built the Byre in Strabane first, on the left-hand side as you go down.
Good heavens. 6-inch blocks.
With 6-inch blocks, homemade.
Aye, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Those blocks do. You're right. It does look homemade, those blocks.
Yeah, but that's why. But it was Neil Campbell built. Was he deaf, was he? Or hard of hearing?
Very hard of hearing, anyhow.
Yeah. But come here, how many girls? There was Evelyn, I remember.
Maura, Evelyn.
Neil Anthony.
Neil Anthony's living in Dunlow.
Yeah.
There's one of them. One of the girls was married down in Yarton to was he Gillespie?
That's right.
The caravan, Frankie Campbell.
Caravan Gillespie, yeah.
Yeah. That was Maura, was it? And the older girl, God, I remember her writing my name on the copybook when I went to school. Asking me, "What's your name? Have you a second name?" I says, "Aye. What is it? Ward." No, what's your second name? Ward. No, you're Michael. You're Michael. Yeah, Michael. And what's your second name? Ward. This went on for a while. Eventually she wrote down Michael Ward. What the hell was her name? She was the oldest. She was the biggest.
So there's looks like it's kind of been maintained.
Oh, it's been done up. Somebody bought it. I must ask Johnny Griffin sometime. Oh, Johnny was saying whoever was living there, he said he had some very interesting plants growing at the back.
Oh God. Yes. Wacky.
Geez, if you're doing well to get anything to grow there, I would say that's a cold place in winter, is it? Is there any electricity running into these houses?
Huh?
I
don't see any wires running to them.
There's poles there, see?
Oh, there is, yeah.
But would there not be a wire going to the house, or is it all they actually all tidied it up? Is it? Anyway,
I would think the crowd that bought those houses didn't bother much about.
Wait a minute, is that not three-phase? Is that not a three-phase line, Michael? See, there's three cables.
well, where's that going?
There was a line went up the
Oh, it's two. That is two.
Huh?
It's
Oh,
two.
that's
It was
two.
just-
No,
and I
the
have
three-phase line was up near Lubes, and there's another one.
right.
Yeah.
No, it's
and the
just
new-
it's a funny looking photograph. That's what's going on. there.
Okay, yeah. Anyhow, that's Neil Campbell's. Anyhow, that's
Well, it was the next house on the left was Oney's.
no. The one was down at the sea.
Yeah. But remember Oney with the bicycle?
Yeah, but only was that the next lane is Griffin's.
No, there's another house there. It's not.
All right, we'll see. We'll go for a drive. That's just how we'll find out. Well, if we look on the left, which is a lot of trees there now. We'll have a look.
No, there's another house there very close to the road.
Was there Shorshas or somebody or George?
Oh, he was further down past Griffin's Lane, Shorsa
There's a wee bridge there, look.
Shorsa and Anya.
Yeah.
Look, there's a wee stream. Anything?
Go down a wee bit past the bridge.
There's something here, look. Oh no, there's a road there. There's a gate.
That's going up to Johnny Griffin's, isn't it?
Sorry, sorry. I messed that
We're
up.
too far down then, so.
Well, no. Here's what we did on the map, and look, the aerial photographs are good. What do you see? No, how did I make this work? I need to zoom out. That's what I need to do. No, you'll see something. Right. Well, that's.
God, I'm
cool.
pretty sure there's another house after Neil Campbell's.
But there is. Look at this. You might be right. What's going on here? Sorry. You see, watch this wee area. You're right. There's something funny. The house we just saw, right? You call them Campbell's. Niall Campbell's, you call it, wasn't it?
Neil Campbell, yeah.
It actually seems to be here. See where my mouse is? Because watch this. Keep an eye on that 463, right? Do you see that?
Oh, yes.
And then there's a route. There's a house should be here, which we're not seeing.
That's what Michael's talking about.
It must be as wild close to.
Now, what was there a Charlie Briney or something like that? Remember, there was a fella drowned in the Gibara.
He was Campbell, was he not too?
I think he was, yeah.
Yeah, let's go sort this out here. I'm going back up to this house. We can.
Uncle Margaret Flannery's drowned in the Gibara too.
That's right, yeah.
So here's all right. What I can tell you now is the house that you're talking about, Michael, isn't much further than a house or two up this way, if you know what I mean. It's literally somewhere in there. It should be in there. Maybe that might be it. See there?
Oh God, there's the ruins of a house there. Right?
Yeah, there should be something. And there's rock. I mean, you wouldn't know those rocks unless there's something.
Yeah.
And look, there's a. Yeah, I think the house Michael's talking about is in there.
You must ask Johnny Griffin about that.
Yeah.
It must be, Michael. That's where.
But I thought there was only remember the big tall bent fella with a big massive tall. Maybe he was nearly 7 foot. He was always up and down the road on a bicycle. And I think we called him Oney Campbell.
But he lived down at the seafront.
Yeah, I told
the ferry at the ferry house.
Yeah.
Well, look, that house is consistent. See, it's on the old map as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, what I'm saying is, I think that's definitely a house.
Mm-hmm. whoever lived there.
At some point, I don't know, was it their house in your day? I don't know.
All right, we'll go on down then till we see what's the next lane.
So we don't know then who lived in that house.
we
Are we
don't
saying
know
that
that
was
one.
No.
there's another Campbell, but we don't know where they were. And then down here is the way to
Johnny Griffin's.
aye. So if you look here, it's interesting enough to see where this guy Johnny Griffin is. It's up that wee road there as we broke. Oh, that's a wee stream. So there it is there. Sorry, it's the road there. And there's a couple of houses up here.
There was Barney Griffin's and Johnny Griffin's, wasn't there, Michael?
That's right. That's right.
And if you look at this map, you can see what happened.
Francis Griffin. Francis was nearest the road and Barney's was behind it.
Right.
Oh, right. Up this road. Sorry, I'm zooming back in.
We're up the same road, but there were.
On this map, there's only one house. It's this one.
Well, there was definitely two houses.
Oh, no,
there.
I believe you. I just need, if I switch to this, we might see it. Let me see. And no, I'll keep that one going as well. I just need to zoom out a wee bit and bring this one up. Now bring this one down and bring this one up. No, it only shows the other house. It only shows the originals too. Yeah, it might have been built at a much later date. Is that right?
What about
There's no ruins of it here that you can see handy anyway.
There wouldn't be ruined yet now. No, they were fairly substantial houses.
All right.
Now,
Well,
look,
we can't see it. You'll have to go up the gate to see it.
I don't think you'll get up.
No, we won't. No.
And then Shorta, just inside that gate on the left was Shorta and Anya.
Yeah, the ruins are still there, I think.
There's a house in there. You
Short
say?
Griffin.
They were on the right hand side there. Yeah.
Oh, the right hand side. Sorry. You
No,
mean the
left hand side, Mike.
Huh? Was the
Left
left
hand side.
Wasn't it? Are you sure?
Well, hang
Yeah.
on. Do you know what we're gonna do now? Is we look. You're coming over that wee bridge. Well, there was no houses there back in.
I see that wee house now, and the next house in the clearing there, that one there.
Oh, that's what you reckon?
That's Saoirse Griffin's.
Oh, we haven't gone that far yet.
No.
I thought, Michael, you were saying it was just in the gate.
I thought it was very close to Griffin's
Ah, well,
Gate.
there's a house down here.
The
So-
ruins of it are still in the forestry. I remember seeing it.
Aye, we'll see. There should be a lane or something. Well, who knows? The forestry lands, it's hard to tell. It might be a bit up here. Nah, it's gonna be very hard to see it, Dad. Very
Yeah.
hard to see it.
I remember it was hard to see it too, you know. It's buried in the trees.
Maybe we'll see it up here. Look, there's a bit of a, is there something here? No. Well, look, we can do it this way. Bring this down, zoom out so that kicks in again. Right. There's the Griffins. If there's houses on either side of that, after that cattle grid, you can't see them anyway. And then up here, if there was a house, hang on.
Can't see it.
Wait a minute, we're almost there. There's houses that are missing. Look. The house you're talking about was literally, there's a house there on the side of the road that's gone, look. You see that?
Yeah, there was a house there already, yeah.
Whose was
The
that
ruins are
house?
still there. I thought that was another Campbell house.
Was that the fellow that had the shop?
Right.
There was a shop down there somewhere, all right.
Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
catch him now. Do you know what? We'll find that house now here because it can't be. It was yeah, it's just after that junction. It's just down here on the left.
But there's nothing, only the rocks left, you know, there's no walls or you can see where the house was, all right. There's a sort of a space on the left.
There, yeah. It's probably there, was it?
Yeah, that's probably it, all right, yeah.
But this is not the house that you're talking about, Dad, then. Sorry.
Shorse's house.
Aye.
No.
Where's that?
Shorse's house was back further from the road,
Yeah. It's
back
up.
there.
That's Johnny
Somewhere back-
Griffin's. And then I can't see anything on these maps. Let me see. Good we look again. No. Oh, sorry, there's one
Yeah,
there.
that's it there. Yeah, in the middle there.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, there it is. That one you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did say that. Sorry, I'm doting. I can kind of see in that photograph. there? Possibly.
No.
But it's covered in trees now.
No, it's well covered.
Oh, it was very covered. There was no the remains of it were only a couple of feet high when the last time I saw it.
So, who were those ones again?
There were Saoirse and Anya. Was it Saoirse and Griffin? There were
There
Griffin.
might have been Griffins now.
Aye, well, it makes sense that they were Griffins. And did you know them as kids, or they?
No.
No, they were. I would say they were ready to die when we
No, I think
went
so.
to school.
So there
I
was
know
forestry road
they
down
died
there.
shortly after we went to school.
They what?
They died shortly after we went to school.
That's a
Oh,
forestry road.
aye, let me
As a
just
forest, there's nothing out of that road now.
yeah, look at that. It was just bog back then. Look.
Yeah, yeah.
Pure solid bog. And you're saying that there was
There was a shop. I thought there was a shop in that house there.
I was
There
right
was
beside
definitely up somewhere on that road anyway. Yeah.
That was a
Because
good place for a
I
shop.
had the loan of the shop book. Pat and Levy had it.
That's right.
What's that? Say it again.
Pat and Levy and he lives in Dunlow. He was a nephew of Manny Dunleavy's, and he had the shop book from that shop there because he gave me the loan of it once.
Is that the book you were telling me about where everything was registered in eggs? Or
That's exactly it. Yeah,
An egg account.
an egg account. Yeah, and duck eggs were a halfpenny a dozen more expensive than hen eggs.
and that is gas. So that's the shop. I remember you telling me about that shop. That's
Yeah.
where it was.
I think that might be where it was. You know.
So literally, it's yeah. We should stand outside it where we.
Yeah.
This place here is where you got that wee shop book you're talking about somewhere here. That is gas. That is a good location.
Well, see, it was a ferry road.
Aye.
Now you go on down past that now. Keep on going.
I know this nice little stream down here.
Yeah.
Another lime
Oh, yeah.
kiln.
That's a substantial enough wee stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And the
yeah.
next house you come to is Only Campbell's.
The ferry house.
Yeah.
Right. Good rallying road, this.
Yes. St. John Ward would probably be able to tell you all about it, Thomas.
Say
You would know
warm
every
up the
stone on it.
Yeah.
See what?
Himself and the
John-
Michael Henneys.
Himself and the Michael Henneys is right. Yeah.
This is lovely. It's nice weather, whatever day this is.
That's where Rosemary goes running. Rosemary runs down that road. He waves
Yeah.
to, what do you call him? Pat McGee as he goes past.
We went down there one Sunday with Evelyn and the two big girls.
Is that right? Yeah.
And we walked down to the Inshin. The
The what?
Inishawn. The Inshin. Inishawn. It's a wee island. It's only about in fact I have a photograph of it somewhere. But
Wait. Should we see it here? What the hell is that? Oh, the ferry. Look at that.
Ferry.
the ferry.
Now, the island must be down this way, is it?
Oh, it's way down, it's about a mile.
Oh,
Down
there
towards
it is.
the Star
That's
Ridge.
the beach.
That's it there.
No,
Yeah.
no, that's not it. No. No, further on down.
Oh,
There's it.
Sean.
That's it there. Inshin, yeah.
Inchin.
Inshin.
What does that mean, I wonder?
Inishawn.
And you used to call it that too, did you?
Can you look at my? Can you see that?
Oh, hang on. What do you got there? No, bring it up. Oh, I know that island. Yeah.
That's a painting of it I did.
Is that a painting? That was a photograph.
That's a painting. I have a photograph as well.
Ah, fantastic, Michael.
What does he do? I get the photograph. Photograph is pretty much the same as that now.
Let's go. I was just going to say, it looked like a photograph.
Oh yeah, it's pretty dull now, the photo.
Painting's a bit better, Michael. It's a better
It is.
painting.
But I think I spent was it, remember 29th of June used to be a church holiday, Mike?
Could be, I wouldn't know.
Bonfire night. Isn't that bonfire night?
No. 29th of June used to be a bank or a church holiday. And I remember my father taking the boat to Old Emden with Barney Shanmore and was it be Peter Ward maybe or Barney, and go down fishing salmon down there. And we lost a couple of salmon there on the channel, and then we spent the evening sitting on that island waiting for the tide to turn to have another go.
Good heavens.
And we sailed back up. We sailed back up to put up a mast, an oar for a mast, and put a couple of overcoats on for a sail. We ride back with nothing.
Good God.
Jesus. Did the overcoats on an oar do anything? Did the overcoats on an oar achieve anything?
Yeah, you'd be surprised. Yeah, you see, the wind was blowing up the river.
That's supposed to do something, all right.
Yeah, and we were with the tide, so we were tide flow and the wind. So
all right, so you saved yourself some rowing. And that wee island there was not used at all, is it? I mean, no.
I think it's a rock, just.
It's a rock, basically, yeah.
I'll tell you now what it is. Let me see that. Oh, it is, yeah, it's just a rock.
Yeah. But you see, the channel was there. This is a great place for going across for the net for the.
Just here.
Yeah. But we got nothing. We lost two. They went onto the sole rope. Now you see the landing place. Go around there. There should be a slipway there.
Sure.
Cobbled slipway.
Yep.
There is. There. But I'm very impressed with Google Maps that go down that.
It's great. Sure, if I was up in Donegal, we wouldn't even be doing this. This is handy. It's easier to organize things. Actually going there and doing it. So I'm going the right way.
Do you remember only Campbell's goats that used to come up the river to Classy, Michael?
Goats?
Only had goats, yeah.
Was that not James McBride?
No, this was before James McBride.
Yeah, I don't remember Only's goats.
But I do because they were a freaking nuisance.
Right.
Isn't this a beautiful? Look at that for a view, guys.
Huh?
Look at that for a view.
Isn't it?
It's beautiful. It's lovely winters. It's late morning. Look at that.
That's the channel now, yeah.
Yeah. And there's that. Now I've been in here.
That's the house, yeah. You photographed that house, Thomas, did you?
Yeah, I was in it. So what? Tell us about this house.
That was only Campbell's house.
It was a 2-story.
Yeah. Wouldn't he be an ancestor of Aidan Campbell and Glanty's?
Oh yes, definitely, yeah.
That's where the Campbells and Glanty's came from, I think.
Why was this? Did there something to do with the ferry?
Yeah.
That's the ferry house.
Yeah. They would have had the boat.
But the house there wasn't a 2-story. No, the house there's a different sort of house.
Yeah, but a lot of that house is knocked down. You can see where.
Sorry, I was going to say I would hope that would make sense, because I'm thinking, why would you build such a little 2-story house at such a small floor plan?
Oh no, that's only half a house. I mean, there's a lot of it was knocked down. I think maybe the forestry people deemed it unsafe.
Gotcha. So that's what we thought. But what end of the house? Sorry, now I'm getting confused about it. If you go over here, you can see there was something here. So that was internal wall potentially there, was it? I
think so, yes. Yes.
Maybe, yeah. It's a funny looking place. And was there anything commercial? Was that just somebody lived there, or did?
I think
the campers, ferrymen lived there.
No, was there a shop or anything? No,
I don't think there was a shop there.
You just lived. Somebody just lived there. And then where did the ferry come in?
Somewhere there.
Over there a wee bit. Turn right. I think maybe we're past it. No, there's a bridge. So you don't go across the bridge.
Is that the bridge there?
That's the bridge there, isn't it? No.
Right, let me just spin over here for a minute. Right.
You're past it. You cross the bridge.
Yeah, across something. Yeah, is that a bridge there? Maybe?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, because you can see the depression on the left, on the right.
Oh,
There was a cobbled slipway going down there somewhere.
Yeah.
Are we
Oh, still, you can still see it's clearly visible, you know, if you go down.
Oh, I see which way I went there. It's just, you're right. If we're past the bridge, we're going too far, but there's a wee,
There's a wee inlet.
it's not far from the house, actually.
No.
It's actually probably about, you know what, it's probably somewhere. Jeez, let me just relook. Where's that house again? All right, no, that's too far. It's somewhere in there, is it?
Oh,
Right
you
in
see,
there.
see that wee inlet there coming in from the sea,
There?
just there. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a
all right.
stream.
There's a stream there now. See, there's a stream.
Just there now. I think you're, geez, right in front of you, in the middle of the.
So then it was just crossover. So you could only go over and fall in that. No, how did? I mean, at low tide, you could just
Well, you could wade across nearly.
nearly. I suppose it'd be deep
Yeah.
enough, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, it's deep there now. Then
Yeah,
it's
they
dangerous
have
out.
to be deep. Yeah, if the whole bar is coming through that. But
The
and
way
was it-
across further up near Classy, all right, different places.
but how did they was it a ferry? Was it you row? How did how was
You
it
rode
operate?
across, yeah.
No, it didn't pull it. You weren't pulled across on a rope or something.
No. It was pure oars, I think.
But at low tide, it'd be kind of awkward, wouldn't it?
Well, you walked the rest of the way. They landed you on the strand, and you walked across the strand.
Was it half price when the tide was out?
I don't
They
know.
didn't have the rows for.
Very
It's
good question.
pretty short looking there from here. Anyway.
Yeah.
So there isn't a wide lot of houses down Derryloughan.
No. I think we missed one or two. I have to look. I have a map somewhere that I drew with of houses in Derryloughan, you know.
Look, I think we can. Oh no, that's as far as we can go.
Yeah.
We look here. There's a road up. What's up here now? Not much.
No. There was not much.
No, wait a minute. Let me have a wee look at one of these.
You should take that map across Gibara to see where they landed on the other side.
All right. 1 minute now. Though.
There was a road going right down to the
Right down to the
seashore on the other side.
Yeah, so I'll do that for you now. Are you sure I can just with Google Street View? I can just jump across there. What do you
See,
say?
there's a landing place there now.
Aye, but sure, look at this. Here's the magic of Street View. We're just gonna do that. Look, here's where we are. There's where it was. It's across here. It's we road somewhere.
Now, where is the road?
That must be it there, is it?
That's it there.
Yeah. Well, go back down to the sea. You can see the trace of it going down to the sea.
I can't get any further though. This is the furthest I can get. Say, get close.
Yeah. But see there on the left,
Aye.
there's a path there on the left, going through that gate.
Aye, was it keep get closed? Do you think they're expecting people wanted? Yeah, so we got as far as there's a fair green.
Ballincarrig, yeah. Used to be a fair in Ballincarrig.
There's a pound. Yeah. A pound.
That must be it.
Where did Nora Phil live?
She was on. As you're looking down towards Gibara, she was on the right, and Joe Shimazog's pub was on the left.
There's Joe. See that 975 number there?
Oh wait, sorry. Let me just. Am I in the right place? Am I in the right place there?
Yeah, you're in the right place. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Now then.
You see that single-story building above there?
This one.
Yeah. Go back again.
Right. So see where that's going to be.
Well, I think that's Nora Phil's on the left.
I think we're here. Is that not one of these?
See the single-story. That's
single story.
That's
this
Nora
one.
Phil's there, I think, Michael. And the
This
next
one?
one is Joe Shimazog's. That's Joe Shimazog's pub, I think.
This was a pub.
Yes, because remember, see the buyer or the wee shed beside it.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
That's a pub.
That's a pub.
That was a pub. And I drank in that pub.
So did I.
Joe Shimazog from Clare Car owned it.
Come here. Is that a
And
little pub
They
symbol
used, they
there?
used to have music. They used to have music and dance in a little shed beside it.
I
Yeah.
think you're right. I think that was the entrance to the pub there, was
Yeah,
it?
that's it. Yeah, yeah.
'Cause that looks
That
like
was,
a
that was actually the kitchen of the house with a pub in the corner.
Belonged to
When-
Brian Campbell first, and then Joshua Mazog bought it.
when did that close, do you think?
Oh,
just closed a
it
lot.
was after 1955. It could have been 57. Well, when did it close?
Yeah.
Joe Shimazog bought it around 1957, as far as I know. So it would have closed.
In the 60s.
Yeah, I was in there. I had a
You
drink
know,
in that pub,
Michael, when it closed.
1968 or 69.
Yeah, it closed after the trouble started in the north because the northern one stopped coming over.
That'd be 69. Yeah, 69, maybe 70.
Yeah.
But how did you? I mean, the ferry obviously stopped in the. I don't know when that stopped. The
Yeah, straight down with the
1900s.
ferry.
Huh?
The ferry was straight down to the sea there.
Aye, but when did the ferry stop?
Oh God, when the Gibbar Bridge was open.
Yeah,
Yeah.
about a long time ago. So this
Yeah.
place wasn't dependent on.
Oh
trade.
no. I
So
believe my uncle Paddy used to spend some time on there
all right, but why was there a pub here of all places? Because of the fair, was it?
because of the ferry and the fair. There was a fair, the fairgrounds behind the pub, I think.
Aye, that's right. I get you now. That was the fair, right? So that's that. Let's just see where we are. That's the pub.
Fair Green behind.
There's the fair green.
Yeah.
And then whose house? You mentioned somebody else's
I
house
think
there.
that
Mike.
was Nora Fellows, Michael.
Nora Fellows. Yeah,
That's us, Nora Fells now.
I know it was Nora Fell kept a very neat, tidy
House, yeah.
house.
The fair green is some way there, some sort. Ah, jeez, right now. Okay, just so this is a wee bit of a community here.
Oh yeah.
I just wouldn't be going too far up here then.
If you go
What
up
are
there,
you doing over here, Michael? How just you
Oh.
had to drive all the way around?
Back in those years, you know, we would visit an odd pub because we used to use, we knew Joe Shimazog fairly well. And if you're in the area, you just go down to say,
All right.
listen to, he had tall stories, you know, you
Yeah.
couldn't.
You see,
There's
Joe.
another pub. There's another pub coming up there now, you see.
Yeah.
There is, yeah.
That's the cross.
Whose?
The cross there. There's a crossroad. That crossroads there, really, you know.
There is. The
Did
cross
Brendan
tavern.
Ward, did Brendan Ward run that pub a wee while?
For years, yeah.
Jeez, I zoomed in too much now, sorry. Ah, geez, right.
Yeah.
Where does that road go? Lot McHugh, another Lot McHugh.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
it's a
where is
dirt-
that? That's right.
It's a Derrryloughan, is it? Or
Yeah, I think so.
So there's two pubs with stone
Yeah,
throw, which are
yeah,
in the middle of
yeah.
nowhere.
And that used to be a nice thatched house. As the air is ruined now.
Ah, you can see that, yeah. Just Michael, were you here first when we were spotting where we reckon the Conahans came from? That's a nice house there. It's a nice job.
yeah, Connors were further over.
Can't
Let me
remember you.
see.
I've recorded the Zoom thing. I can't remember you on it. We're over here.
Connors are near the Gibbar Bridge.
Huh? Aye, yeah, exactly. All right, no, but we're over this side now. Do you want to go down classy or what? What do we do? Sorry, what do we do now? Here, let me just. I'm going to jump off to classy. Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Unless there's anything to see around here when we're this high up. Cross tower.
Across-
Yeah. You could go back to the head of the line, as we call it.
Aye,
Go down past Donaldson's house.
yeah. Just look at all the forestry here.
But that was the main ferry.
There's
road.
Donaldson's there. But anyway,
Eh?
we'll go back. Yeah, we'll go back up now. The school. There's the school. There, yeah. This is all bog, isn't it?
They were all bogs, land commission bogs.
No,
Okay.
yeah. Sorry, I'm
That's
kind of ignorant on that. You're calling them land commission bogs. What does that mean?
the grazing belonged to the farmer, but the
turf right.
different turbatory right. Different people had the right to cut turf on the ground, you know, on the land.
So all of Strabane, all of Rosemary's place, the turbary rights and that were all vested in the Land Commission, because I had applied to get them back.
Yeah, and it was the church really that owned the bogs up in.
Yeah, they had the rights to the bog. They had taken the rights to the bogs from the Land Commission.
That's right.
So you're saying, and so wait. So So the rights to the turf there belong to the church.
In Strabane, yeah.
Aye, but did you get them back, Dad, or not?
I got them back because, in actual fact, the ultimate owner of the turbary rights was the Land Commission, and I applied to the Land Commission to get back the turbary rights, and they sent a man down to see was anybody cutting the bogs, and he went into the parochial house to see did the church still want the bogs, and they said no. So he told me in that case I could get them back, and I got them back just by signing a few documents. Jerry Kildare, his turbary rights were with the Land Commission as well. He applied for them a few years later, and they charged him so much money for it.
Oh, jeez, man!
Did
anybody? But was anybody cutting turf on his land?
Apart from ourselves.
No, on
Jerry's land.
Yeah.
Oh.
There were Packy Kildare had, there was one or two.
All right. Okay, so he had good reason to be trying to get it back. All right. Okay, so this road, remember, didn't we discover this road was built fairly
recently, yeah.
Relatively recently, yeah.
Yeah.
It was called the New Line.
Yeah.
Yeah, the New Line. Yeah, well, I suppose relatively speaking, it looks decent enough. Now, is there any wee names for anything along here as we go?
No, apart from the pullage on the left-hand side that we used to walk across to the school. That's the only thing I remember.
It's pretty featured.
And remember, Mike, there was a road across further up that in Mannion and Levy's land was a bridge. We used to go up if there was a big flood in the.
Oh yeah.
Where's that now?
Yeah,
it's on the left-hand side there as you go down somewhere.
Yeah, it just joins that road onto the Derrryloughan road. There it is. There's at the post.
Is that there?
No. It was a gate.
What?
No, it's further. No, it's further down. Yeah, go on the way down.
Further down.
It's nearly opposite, just above Mannion and Levy's house. There was a kind of a track or a road, cart road, I'd say it was, going across.
Aye.
Right. Okay. So we might look at it here 1 second. Yeah, this one.
We're Ashbad and Carrick.
Yeah. Need to come back. Where's the school? There's Donaldson's. Yeah, there we are here.
Yeah.
So you said there's the Millers, or what we call it.
Yeah. No. Now go back up.
You can just see the outline of it there. All right.
That's it there.
That's it. Yeah.
That's it. And across the river.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, and if there was a flood in the river, we had to walk another half a mile up and go across that way and back down to the school.
Wait, you saying there's a bridge here?
There's a bridge there.
Yeah.
Get out of here! Who built that bridge? What?
Don't know.
Wait a minute. Must have been built. Oh, geez, that's a very good one, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right. See if we spot where that's if you're tramping, if you're out there.
I would say it was built as a cart road for bringing turf. It's just, otherwise you'd have to go all the way up to the line and down.
Yeah, because this road wasn't here. You're right. Yeah. So it must be down a wee bit further.
It is, yeah.
There's your man's. Just to because it's given what we saw on the aerial map, maybe here.
Now you're coming towards it now.
That's there, I think.
Yeah, there it is.
See, there's a gate.
Yeah, that's it. Surely.
Oh, there is. Yeah, it's still there.
So you used to walk down there.
We used to walk down there.
We curve on it. Yeah, there's a curve.
That's right, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
and then back down to the school.
Oh, we bridges. I'd love to cross that bridge. See what it's like, and see what kind of effort somebody put into making a bridge, a bog road bridge. Because you're right, it wasn't really. Yeah, they were just bogs, weren't they?
Yeah,
Just all these bogs up here,
yeah.
which is now forestry, probably if you have a wee look, is it? No, still bogs.
Well, that was yeah. So we had a half a mile extra walk to school if there was a flood in the river.
Nah, it's a
Or the
pain in the
stream.
neck. Yeah.
Yeah.
Would the river be that? I suppose. Yeah, you wouldn't get over it.
Well, if you're a small person,
I know it'd be dangerous. Yeah, yeah, you're totally right. You call it the porridge.
Huh?
Pulling.
Pullage.
Pullage. What does that mean? Do you think?
I don't know what a pullage is.
That's probably an Irish name for a flattish, boggy,
Yeah.
growing fannin.
Yeah. Okay.
What's a fannin?
That's a type of grass.
Big long grass, flat grass, rough grass.
Very rough grass.
Yeah, very rough grass. Used to use it for thatching.
Burns very well when it's white.
Yeah.
Oh, I know the grass. Yeah, that bog grass. Yeah. Well, is there anything here?
Yeah, that was a lime quarry, wasn't it?
Aye, there it is. There.
We quarry. Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
a number of wee quarries along that road, I suppose.
Yeah. I suppose they took the stone out of it when they were building it. Yeah.
She's on the map.
There's a few bog roads there as well, off to the right. Yeah, there's a bog road there in front.
I
Of
don't come up with this one. All right, yeah, yeah, that's a quarry. I wonder what they use it for. What are they quarrying? I suppose they're quarrying to.
Stone and gravel for the road.
Stone and gravel for
Ah, it
the
must be for the road exactly. Maybe a bridge.
So yeah, I keep driving, and the next house you'll come to, next lane you'll come to will be Johnny Leah's lane before Donaldson's.
Hang on, where's that road going?
That's a
That's
bog
the bog
road.
road.
Was that a bog road in your day, or is it a forest road or something? No, it's obviously not forest. It's a bog road.
It's probably a bog road nowadays because there's a lot of turf cut in those days.
On a wet day, when we'd walk across the pullet, we'd be so soaked to the skin. So then we'd walk into that drain on the right hand side of the road.
Which side? That side?
Yeah, we'd walk in there just to see how wet we could get.
How is not? You're going to school that wet?
Well, I mean, that's a very deep drain. You know, your head might not be visible out of the top of it. Everybody, there should be a single line of people walking through that drain.
Oh, that's
Just
miserable,
for fun.
Michael. You're not selling it to me. That sounds miserable.
See, in those days you had to be tough. There was no mollycoddling. 3 miles walk to school, 3 miles back, or 3.5 if there was a flood.
Soaking. And these have coats. What kind of coats do you just have? If you had any?
You'd be wet to the skin.
Yeah,
You stand in front of the fire, then when you come home, you dry out a bit.
you'd be steaming.
Jesus, what's those? That's people do those like swimming in, I don't know, the Arctic Circle, or jumping in the
Yeah,
Atlantic these days. That's equivalent to that. But you used to do it every day. Jesus Christ. I mean, in winter that must have been miserable.
You didn't feel. Yeah, you grew up. You didn't feel cold.
I suppose you didn't. I suppose you just, you'd be desensitized to it.
Yeah.
I wonder what mountains are
You
over
had to
there.
be.
Yeah, I don't know. Just are tough. That's all I'm saying. Just we're tough. And it looks pretty. I mean, with the forestry there, it probably looks greener now than it looked when you're there.
oh, sure.
there was no forestry in our time.
There was nowhere. There wasn't a bush you could take shelter under when it rained.
You could go into Anthony's all right. God, if you passed that house and you didn't go in, you'd have to explain yourself the following day.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's that?
They were great. God, I remember Annie would be out with a towel. We'd be in the house. She'd be having a towel drying her. There's the road over to Johnny Beale's now.
Yeah.
Oh, we saw that. But hang on, the house. Sorry, this woman who should be drying you off this house, is it?
No. The next house on the left.
Donaldson's.
Oh, Donaldson's, right? Yeah.
O'Donnell.
So So she'd be looking to say hello to all the kids. That's really nice.
Oh, aye.
Would you all go? Would everybody from Classy go in one big group?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
So how many used to be walking to school?
I
Well,
could count them.
what do you see now? There was myself and you and Mary and Daniel Ward and John Francis. Did Christopher ever go with us?
No, Bernie did, and Gretty,
And Goretti and
Cahill.
Cahill Ward, Frankie Ward, Brendan Ward, Sadie Ward, Mary Caramel, and what do you call her?
Anna Teresa.
And yeah.
Anna Teresa, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and the two and Jib Jug. What do you call it?
Oh, Jeremy Devaney.
Mary Devaney.
And Dee Fran.
Dee Fran. I had to leave the wee bugger down at home. I used to go and collect him, or used to leave him home. They used to leave him up in the morning, and we would take him to school. And then when we in the evening, I had to walk him down to Cloghercar.
Another mile. Jesus.
Oh Jesus! Did you do that? Come here. I have a dumb question. So when you used to get up in the morning, go to school, and you'd all get did you just go knocking around the doors and get everybody organized, or did everybody appear?
No, you just had a time limit. You just set off walking.
And how did you know what time it was? You obviously somebody had clocks, right? Or did they? Or who? And how did you?
Yeah. That clocks.
Aye, but how? You remember this might sound a dumb question, but how? There wouldn't be a while of the clocks, and they probably wouldn't keep the best time. How do you sync the?
You set your clock with the mail van passing across the road in Letchermick Ward.
You're joking me.
Yep, that's right. The mail van went at 10 past, crossed Letchermick Ward at 10 past 4 every day, or sometime like that, or maybe it was 10 o'clock in the morning. So when they saw the mail van, if your clock was out or if the clock happened to run down or it was stopped, you set it to 10 past 4 from the mail van.
And the postman would have a time with him, anyhow.
That's right. You'd ask the postman too. Yeah, but he wouldn't have a letter every day.
Yeah, but the postman, you see, would set his watch with a clock in the post office. You see.
Aye, that's what I'm saying. What was the propagation of?
Yeah, the propagation of time was by post or by watching regular traffic.
Well, I was going to say that's not the. But I suppose as long as you were roughly right, it didn't really matter if you were 5-10 minutes out. So when you arrived in school, was Mrs. Boyle or Miss Preston, whoever was in the case, would she'd have a clock, right?
Yeah, but the students always were there before the teacher,
Oh,
you're always waiting for her.
Stand outside in the rain, waiting for her to arrive.
Yeah. Hail, rain, snow, or anything else.
There was no shelter outside.
No, nothing there, Derrryloughan.
Oh, that's miserable, lads.
Tell you, it was tough.
Oh, Jesus Christ!
You guys were all mollycoddled.
Yeah, and we thought it was the done thing. Well, it was a done thing.
I suppose you didn't know anyway. Jesus, that's tough. That's good. That's gas, guys. Yes, that's right. And so there's a kind little lady here who would dry you off anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, tell me about her again. What was her name?
Annie O'Donnell.
And she had a brother. Her brother was Dan O'Donnell.
Aye.
And then she had another brother.
Annie Antonia was supposed to. Dan Antonia. Then there was Paddy Antonia. And Johnny Vigil lived in there too in the later days.
Yeah, but Johnny was an O'Donnell as well, wasn't he?
He was.
Yeah.
They were all O'Donnells.
Yeah.
Then Manny Wanasnora was O'Donnell as well.
That's right, yeah. And see Kitty Regan's, Michael.
Yeah. No.
Who on the corner. On the corner. Who was Kitty Regan? That's the house there.
I only ever heard Kitty Regan on her,
Wait, that's this house?
Yeah.
No, but that's this house.
No.
No.
What? That's where we are.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, no, go on down.
I will go down further.
And this here is your man.
Johnny Vigil.
Right. That's your man this house.
Manny Wanasnora.
There's a wee house here too, right? Which one are you talking about?
That's Kitty Regan's there.
Kitty Regan's at the turn there.
Go back up, way up to the top.
Oh, this one.
There.
Yeah. I'll bring you to hers now. So tell us about her again.
It's still standing. We don't know who Kitty Breeding's right name was. I don't know. Maybe you'd find it in the census forms or something like that.
Oh,
She was surrounded by O'Donnells anyhow, so chances are she might have been another O'Donnell.
wait a minute. Hope I haven't gone too far now, have I?
No.
No, you haven't.
No, all right.
There was another quarry. There was another quarry on a stone quarry.
You
Right.
passed it. Yeah.
Oh, it's in here. No?
There it is in there in the tree somewhere.
Yeah, I can see how it's there.
Yeah, that's it there. That's the roof of it.
Yeah, no, we passed it the other day, now I remember.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. That's Kitty Breeding's. It used to be attached.
Kitty Brilliant. Would we not see that in the census, no?
Yeah, you might.
Oh, you don't know her surname, is it?
That's the thing.
Well, Breed. You could see Breed. You could look for Breed O'Donnell, or you could look for Titty O'Donnell.
All right. I'll just do that very quickly. Just a minute. We'll go for the 1901 census.
For the 1911 census.
All right. Yeah, I think they're always going to come up together. Right. We'll just do search. You're right. All right. And we'll do oh geez, I'm going to focus in on this now. Townland. What do you reckon?
It would be Clogher Car, I suppose, with it, Michael.
Oh, geez.
Yeah.
Jeez, I can't believe that came up.
Yeah,
101.
Glenlane is the area, all right, yeah.
And
Corner.
there's the wards there.
Yeah.
Some wards. Is it?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. Let's go through them. Won't be long.
We're looking for O'Donnell's.
All right. There's a bunch of O'Donnells.
That's O'Donnell's there.
There's a Bridget O'Donnell there.
That's Breeding, yeah.
And Annie.
Kate.
Here, 950 on a page. We get all the O'Donnells together. There's a bunch of them there.
Good God.
Oh, do you know what's going on there? Wait a minute. This is very confusing. It's showing both censuses.
All right, okay.
That's how do I filter this? That's very annoying. Why do they do that? Sort by what's that mean? Oh, district. Hang on. Jeez. Let me just do that again. I did write 1911. Why did that not come up right? Maybe I could keep the 1911 thing going. Is it? Nah. All right. So just do 50 a page. There's a bunch of O'Donnells there. All right, they all were the ones you saw.
See, Dan Anthony was known as Dan Anthony. Is there an Anthony O'Donnell there anywhere?
Did you say Dan Anthony? There's a Daniel O'Donnell.
What age was he? No, it's 55.
Yeah, there's more. Look, George, Mary, Bridget, Madge, Mary. Manus, Mary, Hannah. Now, some of these are the same ones, just two different censuses, but there's an Anthony O'Donnell.
Anthony O'Donnell.
54 in.
Yeah. Now, just select his household.
All right. Maybe just yes, that's it. And he's married to a Sarah O'Donnell. There we go.
Anthony O'Donnell, Sarah, Bridget, Patrick, Annie, Dan was.
And there's a Kate. But the mother would have to be Breed.
Aye, that's it. So her mother was Bridget. Oh no, wait a minute. No,
Kitty
sorry.
Breed.
No, I got that wrong. What did you say? It was called Kitty Breeding, you were saying, was it?
Kitty Breeding. So that would be Kate. Bridget, the mother would be Breeding.
Well, the mother seems to be Sarah.
Breeding. That's Irish. Sarah.
Wait a minute.
Sorcha would be city.
Oh, look, there's a grandson. Look what's going on here. Sorry, look at this. There's a
Patrick
head of
Boyle.
a wife, a daughter, a son, and a grandson. So there's another married couple in here. It must be Bridget Boyle. Bridget Boyle was in with, I don't know, maybe Patrick O'Donnell or somebody, or not. Bridget.
Well, she was the daughter of.
Must be confusion. Where's her Patrick? Must be a Boyle there, a male Boyle father, but where are they?
Would she be married to Bridget Boyle? Because of Bridget Boyle and Patrick Boyle there, you see.
Here you are there now. 1911. Sorry.
Anthony O'Donnell.
There you are.
Anthony,
Yeah.
Sarah. Bridget Boyle, his daughter. Patrick O'Donnell's son. Annie O'Donnell, daughter. Would that be Annie? Annie Anthony?
Annie Anthony, of course.
And Kate was Kate Anthony. And Dan Anthony. Daniel.
Dan Anthony, yeah.
Would he be 14 in 1911?
Oh God, he would. See, he was in the army then. You see, he was in the Free State Army, so that would have been 1920.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would compute.
I'll bet that's the Anthony's.
And wait a minute, and they lived where? This house or the house
Yeah,
before?
Donaldson's house.
Donaldson's. Right. Right. So we think this. Well, we're going to go with this logic. Remember, we tried this last time. If this is house 13, right?
Yeah.
I'd say this is going to be house 12 or house 14, right? One or the other. So it's the next house down, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see if they have the numbers of the house. They do. Look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Here we are. Here's the houses all numbered.
Right.
So if you get any of these, there's only one road, right? So it's not too complicated. Like there's probably right. So that was house 13.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. What's going on? 1911. Okay, house 13. The next house down is a Devaney. And house 12 is a McHugh. Do any of them?
The occupants.
All right, which one should I go for?
Devaney occupants, we see.
All right. We'll have a look at the original just in case there's any typographical error of any sort. There's a Bridget. Here, can you see this? Oh, they're pretty old. There's somebody who's 80. Devaney, Patrick, Owen, and a Bridget. She's 78 in 1911. Jesus.
Will that be Devaney and Clark and Classy?
Maybe.
Paddy Devaney and Betty Devaney with the daughter.
Yeah.
Here, sorry, do you know what I should have done? Let me just we just look at it this way. Owen, Bridget, and Patrick.
No, they're far too old. Far too old.
Wait a minute, that's right. Paddy on. Wait a minute, now go back there.
Oh, there's Owen. Yeah.
That's Paddy on.
Where did he live?
That's the Jim Duggs.
Way below Kitty Bridges. Way.
Yes, classy.
Ah, right. So the numbering isn't working out here.
No.
Right.
Boyle. Say the Boyle's number 13. Yeah.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Make it easier to read. I know that's that house that's mixed.
Oh,
a mixture of people in house
there.
13.
It has to be McHugh then, so right?
Might, yeah. Just a Kate McHugh.
Kate, there's Kate. Would her mother have been Bridge?
Well, she was 75 in 1911.
See, we never remember her. Like there was nobody lived ever in that house. There was a ruin of a house all the time that we were walking up and down past it.
Right. It was a ruin of a house in 1950 or whatever it was, right?
Yeah.
Ah, all right. And it was called, but Pete, you had a name for it for some reason.
Kitty Bridges. So Kate.
Aye, well, that's it. You're right. Sure, that's it. Kitty, there she are. There she is.
That's her, surely. So it was McHugh.
Yeah.
Very, never heard of it.
No.
Isn't that fantastic? Here, well, look, maybe God love her, there was somebody there in 1901. Let's sure, hold
Yeah.
on. So that was house 12, and it was a Kate McHugh, right? Let's go back there again. House 12. I know we'll just keep it really simple. I don't want to do anything fancy and then mess it up. And we saw Kate McHugh, right? Wait a minute, we'll do 50. If you see McHugh, let us shout.
No.
Oh, there'll be one there. It's gotta be. There it is. Catherine McHugh. And she was 60 then, yeah. This makes it roughly makes sense. Let's have a wee look.
Yeah.
Yeah. And she's still on her own there too. God love her. House 16. Does it say farmer? What is that? Is it widowed? That's what I look for. Catherine McHugh, head of family, Roman Catholic. What does that say? Cannot read. Farmer. What do you think that says? Married, not married.
Yeah.
That's what's going on there. She wasn't married.
Hmm.
Like would say widower or something, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Hmm. Interesting.
No, if you're really fussy about it, you could you can see if that house was there back when, maybe back here. Where is it?
That is up there on the.
Oh, there's nobody there back then. Look at that. Jesus, some old houses here. See that? I was just going to say, if we look at Griffith's valuation, but I don't think you'd see anything.
No.
I don't think there's anybody there. And
Not even a bloody road.
no, there's around there. So that's gas there. So that was a room when you. But who put the roof on it?
Oh, it was being used by the prospectors for uranium, and somebody set light to the roof and burned the thatch, and the uranium boys they put a tin roof on it then.
That's right. That's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
When was that? Early 80s, was it?
Yeah.
Or late 70s? When was that uranium?
That'll be, I would say 70s maybe.
Mm.
So you said there was a roof on the house when you were growing up?
There was a thatch roof on it, yeah.
And was the thatch gone to loss completely or not?
Wasn't. I don't
Well,
remember.
I think it was Patrick Boyle that used to look after it. Was it
That's
Patrick
right,
Boyle?
yeah. It was his field that was beside it.
Yes. I think he acquired it, you know.
Yeah.
There's McHugh's.
But then, see, O'Donnell, he was an uncle of Paddy O'Donnell's, wasn't he?
That's right, yeah.
That's gas. How did we get to that house again? Let me just go back here one more time.
The census wasn't related to any map, was it?
No, it made sense. Look, we got, sorry, we figured it out there. 12 was correct. Remember we said it'd be the neighboring house. Yeah. We said it was the house beside 13, and it was. So we now know which way they're counting. They're counting this way. Let's go back. Oh, geez, making a pause of this. What am I trying to say here? All I'm saying is Donaldson's was 13 and this one is 12. So now we know, actually, if you go through the census, which is great, we now know these houses because now we know 11 should be Malloy's.
And where's 11?
Well, it'll be let me fix this map up. Sorry, I'm making a pause of that map.
That'll be the Lubes, wouldn't it be?
Yeah, it'd be geez, yeah, there isn't a house for a while down here.
I'll keep going. Down towards Barra.
Might need to zoom out. Yeah, there.
See that track?
Yeah.
That's
the Lubes.
Yeah, that's Lubes.
Were they Malloy's?
They were?
Well, there you go. This is all making sense. Let's spin down to check them out. See.
But there's another house between Kitty Bregins and the Malloys. O'Donnell's, Patrick O'Donnell.
Yeah.
Where Michael would that be?
Go back to Kitty Bregins. It's not too far from it.
There's her house. Oh, this one.
That's it there, yeah.
Yeah.
That house
Yeah.
is still there, but it's...
See, I don't know how they would. That's a funny one to number. I don't know what that wouldn't be numbered.
Yeah, you see, that could have been house 12 or something, you know, or
No, house 12 is this one. And the O'Donnell seemed to be house 13. But yeah, how did they number in another layer out? Maybe who knows, right? But look, it does make sense so far because you said Malloys and they're Lubes and they're down here, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So if I
can you call up the Malloys so we see what families in it?
Oh yeah, no, we're looking up 1 second, just 1 minute now. Could it be there's 2 bunches of Malloy? You know what?
There's number 10, O'Donnell.
Yeah, wait a minute. Look, just so we'll focus here again. The Boyles are 13, right? And O'Donnell's, Donaldson's we'll call them, right?
Yeah.
That Katie McHugh or Katie Bregin is 12.
Yeah.
And then we looked for Malloys and we said, oh, it's the next one down. And we want the ones in the corner. But look, there's the Malloys down there. That could be those Malloys, number 9. So the 2 houses you're talking about are 10, 11. They were also, see that it's pretty confusing. There's another Malloy and it could be the Malloy that's, in here. Huh?
If you call up,
sorry, just to see that there's houses in here. There's O'Donnelson's. There's your ones.
Yeah.
Kate McHugh, whatever we call it. And then there's
O'Donnell's.
One of these could be a Malloy, one of these could be an O'Donnell. Look, sure, I'll show you anyway. So if we go, right, maybe these will make sense to you. Do you know any of these people?
Paddy Malloy, Maggie Malloy, Annie, Mary, Peter, Owen. There was.
Do they mean any? Do you know them?
There was Paddy Lube. There was Paddy Lube, and Sean Lube.
No, but I bet you they turn up here, number 9. Oh no, they don't.
Peter, John, Charlie. That's the same. That's the Lubes. You have Peter, John, and Charlie there.
Fine, but you said somebody else. You give me different names.
Willie, Charlie, Grace,
Peter, and John.
So that's the ones that live, just to be clear, down the corner, down by the Ibarra.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right. So that makes sense that that'd be house 9, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but there was a Paddy Lube. Wait a minute now. Where's the other Malloy?
Oh, the other family. Yeah. They're these ones. I think they're the house right beside Katie Bregin.
Paddy Lube. Yeah. Paddy Lube's, Maggie, Annie, Mary, Peter, and Owen.
So I think they lived here, probably, was it? Where do you think they lived? Here?
Yeah, that's right. They lived there.
See, that's Katie Bregin. There's the road.
Oh no, that's when.
Not at all. No. Down to Classic again.
No. Hang on. There's 2 Malloy. There's 2 Lubes.
Yeah, they're not the 2 Malloys are in Classic.
Oh, both of them.
Yeah. If you go down to the Classic map.
I get you. You're saying there's 2 households and 2 families.
Yeah, there's 2 households. Yeah, there was 2 houses there. There was Paddy Lubes and Sean Lubes or John Lubes.
Right. We're getting too clever with our house numbering. It's not actually working.
Yeah.
So you're saying that 9 and that 11 are the same, are right beside each other?
They're beside each other, I think. Yeah.
I got you. Very good.
How the O'Donnell comes in the middle, I don't know.
No. Obviously, maybe. Do you know what? When they were numbering, they were hoping it was going to be thing houses on the road, but with all these off houses, if you want to call them that, probably, might have screwed up their system. All right. So just to be clear, who are these guys? That do you see what's going on here? Donaldson's, Katie Bregin, and there's a house up here.
They were O'Donnell. Well, Patrick O'Donnell.
Patrick O'Donnell was that.
And do you know who was in here?
That was O'Donnell as well. That was Nora. Paddy
Paddy
Manus
Nora.
Paddy Manus Nora. Right. Let's nail that. Paddy Manus Nora.
No, Manny Manus Nora.
Oh, Manny, yeah, Manny Manus Nora, yeah.
Right. And if we're going to bet which house that is for 1911, we're going to just do it. Just make it life easier.
Donald and him.
Yeah, it's probably maybe house 10. There you go.
Manus, yeah.
2 Manus.
Manus, and that's Manus Nora there.
Manus Nora.
Manny Manus Nora. Yeah, Manus Nora. Yeah,
Manny Manus, house 10, right?
Yeah.
So that's likely, just bear with me. That house, do you think, is it? That lane.
Yeah,
That one.
definitely.
Yeah, that's Manny Manus Nora's. Yeah.
And this is another O'Donnell house. And you think they were,
House, yeah.
do you know any of the names in there?
Patrick, it was a Patrick when I was there.
Right, so I'd say it's going to be a number very close to 10. Could be the 7. Let's see that one. No. Don't know.
No.
George, Mary, Bridget, don't know who they are. Okay. What other O'Donnells we have? There's a 3 and a 4. Do you want to give them a go?
Yeah.
Patrick, that's him.
Any of these other names make any sense to you? Like a Maggie?
No.
Oh no, she was a daughter. She probably married off or something. Just Patrick, was it?
Patrick,
No, that
but
couldn't
that's
be.
too old. Too old at that stage.
No, too old. Patrick should have been a son as well.
Yeah.
Aye, but yeah, we don't know after that, you know, what happened. And let me see. Well, there's the other one, house 3. Just Condi O'Donnell.
Hello.
Probably
There's
that one.
a bell.
Hmm.
710. Why is there 213? Let me have a quick look at the 213s. 1 minute. Anthony, Sarah.
And there's a Patrick there.
Yeah. And his grands. All right, we don't know. That's. You don't see that. That's Anthony, Sarah, and then the other dog is this one. Yeah, it's the same house, isn't it? Just absolutely be nice.
That's the Anthony's.
Yeah, it's the same house. Yeah, gotcha. Right. Anyway, so we'll keep driving. Get off the beaten track there. Just going the right way now. No, going back to the way. Need to be going this way. Well, that wasn't bad. No, that's
Yeah. So we think that the Kitty Regents could have been McHugh.
Yeah.
That's what it's looking like.
I'll ask if I come across Paddy Ferry. I'll ask.
Yeah, ask Paddy. Do they know who?
Who's Paddy Ferry?
He's 90-year-old classy man or Clark man.
Where does he live now?
Glenties.
And where is he from?
Dr. McCloskey Cottages there.
And where do he come out of down this way?
I'll show you exactly if you go on down through Classy.
All right. So the Malloys the Lubes, you go going for a wee walk. Do we pass the other Malloys yet?
The 2 Malloy's houses are the same laneway.
Same
Right.
laneway.
Yeah, you're coming close to it there now, this forest.
Go on. Keep going.
There's rock
It's
there.
a Clochara.
Yeah. That's the
Yeah,
Clochara.
too
You're
far,
past the laneway to Malloy's now.
Oh, I know, but I think I've seen it. I think Dad and I didn't know.
Yeah. It's all overgrown anyway. Yeah.
Yeah.
Down there.
Right.
That's what the noise, yeah. Now go on past the Clochara, whatever the Clochara means.
Where is the Clochara now again?
We're past
Past
it.
it.
That big rock.
Oh, yeah, we saw it. Yes.
When you come in view of Classy.
Now you're going down now and you're going down the dip to Grandfather's Bridge. See that dip in there?
Ah, it's Grandfather's Bridge.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Built by John Rua Ward.
Any other wee names running around here?
You're heading for the Bin War.
There we go. What's the Bin More? Big.
That's the corner, the next corner to the
Or
right.
the Big Bend.
The big band, yeah.
Bin War. Bin is a spink. for a cliff.
Where's the cliff here?
So we went past.
Now, who's down there? Is that the road in Classy there?
That's
That-
yeah,
that-
yeah.
That was our old road, yeah.
And they haven't. That was early because there's a house
Hey,
being
look at
built there
this. We're driving down.
Oh God, let's see how far they go.
This is great. These are really.
now. Yeah.
That's fantastic. Anything?
And the
Geez,
Barney
hang on.
Wards.
We have a wee look here now as we go. Went to Classy. All right, that's not a very good map. Let me see. That's a very old map there. And then what's this one doing first?
And the road might not be marked.
No, you have the stream there with the wee bridges.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
the road's there, look.
No, the road's further
Oh, there,
down.
there it is there, yeah.
There's
There.
the start of it there. Yeah.
Let me see, can I get you a better map on that one? Nah, we don't have much. We're kind of poor on the map front there. Jeez, there wasn't much going on. No, we'll just rely on your. Actually, you're probably that house there, I bet you. There you are, isn't it?
Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
going to say house number 2.
Yeah.
And who was house number? Who had that privilege being house number 1? The Boners. Who were they?
Boners are down in Torracullen.
Hmm.
There you go. Anyway, well, we'll go back in. This is more interesting how we're down this
Let's
road.
see how far they go. Now that's Barney Ward's house in the reconstructed, of course. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Barney
that's
Ward.
Newport. Yeah.
Ah, look, I think
That's
he's
very
turning.
recent.
Look, he's turning here. Look, I didn't mean it's that's as far as he goes.
All right.
Well, that's fair enough. Lucky we didn't do bad. So where did we get this? We can look. We can do this. We'll just jump out, and yeah, we'll look at it like this.
Oh, yeah.
We just came down there, and where did he turn?
That house there now.
That one.
Just there. That's
There, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That's Peter Ward's there.
There's a wee trail there.
That's down to our old house.
Is it that road?
Yeah. Well, that was kind of a bog road. It went down.
Well, there's your house there.
That was a spur that came off it. You see,
Yeah.
because there's the house down there. Now you had your mouse on it.
Aye.
There, that's the
Yeah.
house.
And that was just another.
And below that was the older house.
Aye, there it is there with the.
One, yeah.
That's it there.
Where were those Boners?
Boners is further down.
Down this way.
Yeah, way down that road.
It's
Yeah.
for the bin war.
All right, just to start the whole Cloracor thing, let's just show me where these Boners were. As we go all the way around to the corner here, is it?
Oh, you do, yeah.
Now,
For a good reason.
that's the bin war. Now you're going round.
Right. Oh, yeah, it is a big corner, all right.
And the next corner you come to is Binyagaria.
Oh, that's right. Garia, yeah.
It's a shorter corner, is it?
Garia, well, I think it's a hare, is it? You know,
Yeah,
the Garia,
Garia, area. Yeah.
not a rabbit, but a hare.
All right.
Garia, yeah.
So we haven't come across the Boners yet, no?
No.
No. You have to pass Paddy Ferry's house first.
So this is where Paddy Ferry lives, somewhere down here, is it? Or used to live?
You're heading towards him. Those trees, yeah.
Oh, hang
That's a
on.
shed.
That's a shed.
House is on the right. That's the Paddy Ferry's house there. Belongs to
That's
a
a-
German chap now.
It's a nice wee house.
Oh, aye. And the next one on the left is Patricia Sharkey's,
And
the
just we're stuck.
protester.
She has a sign up already.
Oh, yeah.
Stad, no windmills.
Now, you won't see, but the Boner house is on your left there. And the entrance was just around that corner.
Actually, I think you're nearly on it.
Yeah. No, you're past it now, I think.
Yeah.
Come
Well, I
back
think
up.
I think
Oh,
I
yeah,
remember
you're
this
past,
from
definitely
before.
past it.
Yeah, so that's
We were looking at that one before.
there. Yeah, we were. There was it here.
And that was the fellow that owned the pub over in Letcher.
Wait a
Joseph
minute.
Dog Boner.
Hang on, wait a minute. Where's Paddy Paddy Ferry's house is not marked.
No, it's not. No, no,
All right.
not on that map.
Right. So this is the boners here then, is it?
No.
No, let me think. No, no, no.
This one? That
That,
must be. There's no houses then otherwise.
back. You're going too far. Come back. Now, you see, no,
There.
take it easy now. You're going. It's there. See that horizontal line goes across.
Yeah.
That goes across. That goes to the Boner's house.
Gotcha. Here, look, what I'll do is and this
Where's
Yeah.
Patricia Sharkey's house?
there's a,
I saw
there's a
it
house there. There's a house
Yeah,
there.
that's it. There, yeah, that's it.
Yeah. There. Here, I'll show you. Look.
Darkies. So you can see the red zinc roof and the whole house beside it. That was the
Yeah.
old house, you see, with the red.
That was
with the
Danny Ward's. That's for the Wards. That's for Daniel or Danny Ward came from.
Oh, that red roofed house?
Red Roof's house. Yeah, yeah. And then over the hill from that down towards the river was Boner's, Seamus Og's.
Yeah.
Because Bridget Ward from Classy would be Nanta City Wards, would she be? She was married to Seamus Og first, and then Seamus died, and he got married to Neil Donaldue Ward from Keju. I think that was it.
I just can't see that house. What the hell is it?
No, you won't see it from there,
Yeah,
but you'll get it on the
you could never see it.
Google Maps.
You could never see it from the road.
Oh, where's the lane down to? Is that it? Oh,
No,
there it is.
you're going past it. You're going past.
No,
You're,
that's the turn back.
Well, who owns that house?
That's
Patricia
Ward.
Sharkey's.
Yeah.
That's Daniel. The red roof was for Daniel Ward. Lived.
Ah, that's what I was asking. All right. That's right. That's what I meant. Sorry. Danny Ward was from here. Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. And
Right
that's
beside it is Patricia Sharkey's.
that one.
Which is,
Yeah.
Gotcha. And who lives there now? This one?
Nobody.
Oh, it's, I think Patricia owns it, does she?
She does. You see, Jimmy Ward got the new house built and abandoned the one with the red roof.
Right.
Stop it now. You see there to the left, the road to Seamus Og's went down somewhere there.
Aye. No, we saw it here.
Yeah.
Look, I'll show you.
It was on that corner there, that little bump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see here. Yeah. No, I need to zoom
No
out.
track on it at all.
No, I will see it now. What do you say? No, well, not in that one. Maybe this one. No, not that one either. Maybe this one. Yeah.
That's it there. You can see the track now.
It came up there, yeah.
Well,
There.
you see, no, but you see where the track came up. The track came up.
Dotted line, yeah.
Yeah, down here. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. And you see there's the house down behind Ward's. It's down there, just there. See, there's a black mark there. Just there.
Yeah. No, we can see it. Yeah. No, we went through this one before. I didn't notice there was a wee bridge over the wee brook there. So you go right down here. It's coming off somewhere down here, isn't it? It's somewhere in
No.
there. No,
Now
No.
further up.
You've gone past it.
I've gone past it. Is it? All right.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was a very subtle entrance anyway.
Oh, there's nothing much left of it at all now.
So the boners were there.
There was boners there, yeah.
So that's these folks.
I think
That's house number 1 in Cloghercar.
I don't know. Seamus. Oh, there's a James Boner.
Yeah.
What age was he? Seamus.
It was 4 in 1911.
That's Jim Fox. That's Jim. Should be Joe. Is that right?
There should be a Seamus. There was a Seamus Og. Joe Seamus Og was a fellow on.
Aye, there could be. Look, this is 1911. The kids are all very young. Sure, they could have had a whole bunch of kids after this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
four.
Yeah.
What did you say his name was again? Like his father's name? How did they call him again?
It
Joseph.
must be Seamus Og. Joe Seamus Og. So Seamus Og must have been Joe's father,
That's right.
Aye.
and there must have been a Seamus senior.
No,
he was called Seamus Og. So there was James and young James, and then Joe.
Right. These are boners. Right. There's that
Yeah.
boner.
See, is there any other boners?
Yeah. There's this
Yeah, there's
boner.
one there.
And there's 16 and 19.
Michael, Mary, no.
I see these. I see these are close to the head of the line. Oh, there's a James and a Joseph.
He was 8.
That could be
Be
Joseph
Joe.
the dog.
Yeah, Seamus. See, James is Seamus.
Yeah.
Yeah. This makes
That's
sense.
him. That's him. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's him. And there was Annie. Surely there was an Annie. Huey. Oh, remember Huey? Remember the big tall Huey?
Aye,
Huey
Huey,
dog?
yeah.
He's there too. Yeah, yeah.
All right. So it's the
And
other
Rosie.
end. Sorry. The other end then. So that other boner house then is on the is near the head of the line or somewhere.
Yeah, must be.
That's the Joe Seamus dog connection there that you've up now at the moment.
Perfect.
Joe, Seamus. And that's what's that? Is that 1911?
Yeah.
Yeah. So there was a whole clutter. There was Boner, there was James, Joe, Rosie.
Well, you remember
Annie Bonner.
Huey.
And
He-
Huey. I remember Huey, big, long. I didn't realize Huey was a lot older than Joe.
Oh God, he was, of course. But you look at he's 26 and Joe's only 8.
Aye, yeah, that's right, yeah. So and I remember Andy used to play the fiddle.
Aye.
And what were you saying? Did they own a pub across in it? Because I got confused. I was trying to do too many things at the same
Joe
time here.
Shimazog, yeah. Joe Shimazog owned that pub over in Letcher for a while.
He abandoned that house there in Classy and moved over to
Yeah, he sold the house in Clahercar to some northern guys.
He did, and
Yeah.
he moved over
Moved across to the pub, yeah.
which pub? The pub we were just at
Yeah, the one we were looking at there, yeah.
back in the
Ballincarrig.
50s.
Huh?
Back in the 50s or 60s. When did he do this?
It would be the
Out-
50s.
Late 50s or very early 60s. I
So
think at
somebody
least-
from the north moved there in the 50s.
Huh?
You saying
and
somebody
they would have
moved
bought, they
Huh?
would have bought it as a summer home.
in the 50s? Yeah, were people doing that back then?
I would say it was the 60s, Mick.
It could have been the early 60s now. Let me
Yeah.
see.
Jeez, they were pioneers, were they?
Yeah, it must have been 60 because I remember bringing my father down to the pub. And that would be before 69, you know.
You drove them all the way around.
I
Yeah.
drove him down, yeah.
So that was down here. Sorry, that's down here, where the
And I
landing
remember
was.
being in the pub in 1968.
Yeah.
That's here, right? That's it.
Yeah,
he,
it's
was, he, was,
Fair Green
he was there for a number of years at that stage.
Yeah.
So Joe, no, what was his name? Joseph Seamus Cravshaw. Was it?
Joe Seamus dog.
Yeah, that's
Joe Seamus Og, sorry.
Yeah,
Joe
yeah,
Seamus Og, right. He had that pub there that we looked at earlier
Yeah.
by the Fair Green, right? And why did he end up over here?
I have no idea.
Had he relations?
Joe, he was married to Kitty. Maybe it was Kitty's idea. Joe and Kitty,
But Kitty was from Flintdown.
she was, yeah. Lardna Larkin, was it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Jesus. I mean, that seemed
Well,
like, yeah.
The pub was going cheap. I think if Bryony Campbell sold that, was selling the pub, he bought the pub at Glenty's for where Jimmy Campbell and Mary Campbell is now, you know.
Was it Jim? Was it Jackie that bought
So
it was Jackie Campbell bought that.
Jackie had that
And
pub.
Jackie was one in Ledger.
Jackie had the pub in Letcher for Joe Seamus Og's pub is now.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Jackie sold
And then
that
he moved to Glenty's.
and he moved to Glenty's. He bought Quiet Man, wasn't it the Quiet Man that
The
owned that
White
pub?
Man.
Yeah.
The White Man's, yeah.
Where's the quiet man in Glenty's?
Well, he's dead
Remember, I
and
was showing it to you.
gone.
No, sorry, you saying there was a pub called the Quiet Man? I mean, somebody was
No.
called.
Oh, no, the man that owned the pub was called the Quiet Man.
All right. What pub did he buy? Did Jackie Campbell buy?
Brady, you know where Jimmy Campbell is now, Mary Campbell, Patrick Campbell, across from the bank.
You know the
Across
wee
from
pub
Jim Keys.
opposite Jim Keys
Oh,
there.
it's called the Village Tavern, is it? Or
Oh,
the
aye,
Tavern
yeah.
Bar. Yeah, the Tavern Bar is called now.
And are they still Campbell's there, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So those
Jackie
Campbell's
Campbell.
came from here originally.
that's right.
From that
And
year, yeah.
are they related to the Campbells who are over here on the other side of the ferry?
Won't think-
Possibly are, you know.
Oh, it sounds like the Campbells had this sewn up, this whole ferry business and the hospitality on either side. Not that there was much hospitality on that side, but geez, you wouldn't be surprised if they were the same Campbells, would you?
No. Anyhow,
Right. Well, that's not bad, lads. It's 10 to midnight. That's a good wee tour.
That's a good lesson for tonight then.
Yeah,
yeah.
very interesting. Very, and we between the census and driving down the street. In fact, you know, we should have looked at would Derryloughan be called Clarkor? It would be, wouldn't it?
No.
Yeah.
No, it wouldn't, is it?
No, in the Griffith valuation book, no, Derryloughan is its own Derryloughan and Mina Hua, Classy and Clarkor or Clarkor.
Mina, who? No, just I'm saying, if we're looking again to do,
Why? That's a name that you don't get
Where?
on a map. Is Minahua.
That's for the
Mina,
Donaldson house.
ask Mina who? Okay, but where is we're just looking at Glenlehan here. Where would there's Clarkor? Where
Yeah.
is Derryloughan in this? Where would Derryloughan be part of? Any of these?
I wonder what. See the Shallaghan Moor and
Or is
No.
it outside Glenlehan? Oh, Shallaghan Moor.
Loherrig,
Drumnapogie.
Crocom, Quill. I wonder if Derryloughan mightn't have been in the Glenlehan area at all. Might have been in Glanties or something.
Funny, it might have been more, I would say, Glanties area, you know.
So there's
Yes,
Derry.
right.
Derry's got his own area.
No, it would hardly be Derry.
No, I'm just saying it's interesting. Derry has its own area. Glenlehan, Carton, where would it be? There's Glanties. Glanties is these places. I see it's Derryloughan.
Yeah,
there.
you've seen it.
Oh, there it is.
Derryloughan there, yeah.
There's all the Derryloughan families there.
Yeah.
We won't do this today now, but I think for Mary B, we might have to go down Derryloughan again and look through the census.
Yeah.
There's some of the names. Do these names pop out? Yeah, there's the Griffins. There's
Loads
the
of Griffins.
Campbells. Let's see what Campbell's are. That's the end of the road there. There's
Neil Campbell, Maggie, John, Oni. That's Oni there.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was the
Neil
last.
and
He was
Mary.
the last Campbell in Derryloughan.
Yeah. So that would be house 17. That's the last one down.
yeah. So that means then just no. Look,
16.
there's Griffins then, or the houses before. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah. 3, 4.
4.
Well, yeah, Shorsa, Barney would be one, Francine one, and
look, there's the school teacher's house.
Shorsa.
There's a teacher's house. Boy.
That'd be
Isn't
right.
it? There you go. Is that your teacher? What was her name? Oh no, her mother. Or, there's the Boyles. Does that make sense?
No.
No.
No. Okay. It must be close to making sense. Huh? It's a Boyle, and there's Boners then just before that.
John Bonner, Mary Ann Bonner, John Bonner.
Oh, I. Mary Ann.
Didn't they come from down there somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. The head of the line Boners.
They could no, they might be up here.
All right. Well, just check.
I would say that's the head of the line Boners.
See, John Bonner from Glenties used to drive aboard the moon was John Mary Ann, remember?
Yeah, well, there. Oh, okay. That's right. Yeah, John Marianne. Well, there's 2 Boners up towards one end of the Derryloughan. Rose, Neil, Marianne. And there's Marianne there.
Yeah.
That's Mary Ann. She'd be John Bonner's mother.
Yeah. John Mary Ann. Yeah.
And then you've done Levy's. Does that make right?
Yeah, that's Master. We've seen who's in it. Patrick Dunleavy, that was the old Master. Catherine Dunleavy, Mary Dunleavy, Patrick Joseph, Francis, Madge Dunleavy, Manish, that was Manny.
Aye.
Anthony and John. Yeah, that's the.
Well, you see now, look, if you look at the household return form, it should say teacher. National teacher, look, there it is.
Ah, that's him, surely.
Yeah. That's the whole
Hang on
plan. Yeah.
There you are, yeah. National teacher and scholar, and they're a servant. They did well.
Oh, what's the
Servant.
scholar's name?
John
John
Kildare.
Hey, that could be from Strawee.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
Well,
There's
Kildare's
Kildare's here,
around
no,
the-
but there's some Kildare's in Derryloughan, look.
Are they? Oh,
Right.
God, through the air. Yeah.
Like right beside the Dunleavy's is a Kildare, and that's these ones. Oh no, sorry. It's in the same house. House number 3, sorry. These are wards. This is the other wards. You're talking about Davy Ward in them, is it? There he is. Is that right?
Davy William.
Aye, Davy Williams, you were saying, is it?
William John. Let's see now.
Did you say Davy
William
Williams?
Ward.
That's somebody you mentioned. You knew.
Where do you see now?
I don't know where that is now. I don't know how the numbering's working there.
Pretty word.
See that David Ward?
Hmm.
That's Davy's house, Michael. That would not be
I'm just wondering, was there a William?
William Ward. Did Davy have a brother in Shallagans called William Ward? William.
Yeah, Willie Ward. That's right, of course. Yeah. And there was a Joey Ward. And Joey Ward was in Dewberry. Davy had a brother, Joey, in Dewberry. Joseph.
There he is.
Remember, he had the great tractor. Yes, that's the Davy Ward house.
Yeah.
Very good.
Willie Ward was in Shallagans. Joe was in Dewberry, and Davy was in Derrryloughan.
Yeah.
I don't know where Annie and Mary went to.
There you go.
So
Well,
what house was that? What number was that?
that was number 4, aye.
Yeah. So that's the ward started out.
Yeah,
Now
them-
see the other wards.
Yeah, 6.
Did they have a shop?
Well, look, we'll find out here. We can do that. If somebody at the shop will find out by doing this. Let me see, zoom in a wee bit. Sorry. Farmer, son, scholar. No, they're all farmers.
No shopkeeper.
Oh, you're looking for that shop, was it?
Yeah.
What do you think? You had to do the name for them. The ones in the shop. What were they called? Were
I
they
thought the wards.
the duck eggs?
I thought they were wards.
No, I don't think they were wards, Mike. No.
You're not.
I think they were griffins.
Right, there's a griffin. Let's have a wee look.
Yeah.
There's tons of griffins here, but we'll just be very quick. And look, you know what? I can get all information here. Farmer, knitter. There you go. Was the thing.
Oh God.
Oh, hang on. What's she doing? Oh, she's a sister. So we know Anne Griffin was actually Anne. Well, no, we don't know what she was. She might have been Anne Breslin if she wasn't married. I don't know. Oh no, she was married. But they're both single. What's going on there? Oh Jesus, they're both single. It's all female. Sorry, I got confused.
I had a family when she was single. Yeah.
No.
Oh, that was a sister. The other two were sisters. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so it's not that Griffin. That was that one. I'll make sure I haven't messed up. That Griffin, that was that one. Let's Griffin down. There was a whole bunch of them here, right? That was number 12. I'm going to show all information. Farmer, knitter, farmer, son, knitter, Scott. Yeah, that's a big family, isn't it?
Jeez. Where did that come from?
There's
Very
Barney
nice.
Griffin there.
Yeah, that's a Barney, all right, yeah.
That's a big family. That was 12. And then 13 is
Dominic.
farmer, Dominic Griffin.
No.
And then why is 14 not on the map anyway? Or 15. Oh, farmers. And maybe, I don't know, running the shop might have been a thing you spoke a lot about. Patrick and
Getting
Illegal.
another ward, we see. What
All
the
right. Oh, there's another word. Where's that?
Yeah. You just go up to you come that one.
That'd be William Ward. Or
All right. So William Ward there.
yeah. Hugh, Wasn't Hugh brother Sylvester?
That's quite possible.
And
Pretty
Colum,
religious names anyway. Patrick Columbia.
would that be Colum?
Colin Ward.
Patrick Columba or Columbia?
Yeah,
I
it
just
must
took
have
him
been.
down to Classy. Mary, Joseph, and Catherine. I think Hugh Ward. I think brother Sylvester's name was Hugh.
No, I can't
John
remember now.
William. That's the Williams.
All right. Williams, there's a John William. Yeah.
John, Hugh, Patrick, Mary, Joseph. Yeah. House 6 in Derrylaughn.
Can you guys just check the boards? Just to see the occupants again and just go show all information. No. Okay. Right. The only teacher down there we can see was Dunleavy. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. He was the teacher.
Any other names there that blast from the past, like Kennedy's or?
Kennedy, I don't remember. Just click on that. I don't remember it. Kennedy and Derrylaughn.
Aye, look, got original on her own.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember Kennedy's there either.
No kids there or anything.
No.
And the Campbell, oh, we did the Campbells.
There's a wrestling too, isn't there?
I think that's somebody that was just in the Griffin house, I think. Was it? Oh no, aye. This sister on the day of the census, she happened to be there.
Oh yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah. Came across them before.
Yeah. Okay. Right.
Right, that wasn't bad. Very good.
To be continued, issue.
Yeah, we'll have to think of another adventure. Where can we go? We'll figure out something anyway. Nice.
Yes. Right, Thomas. Good night.
All right, that was good.
All right.
Good
Talk to you.
night.
Cheers.
Good night.
Cheers.
Night, night.
Night.